Welcome everyone. We are here. We are in a jolly mood. And we're here to play. Unfortunately, Frost from Fire Child and Justin Otherduck are not here with us today as they're not feeling particularly well. The consumption has gotten them. Not actually. We're gonna call it the consumption. They will say that they are consumed by their in-game research, and we see them. But we do have 4 players that are here and ready to go. And those 4 people would be Hotfix Tom.
I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm actually more than okay because this was my last day of work for about a week. I'm not back in till Wednesday. So I'm very, very happily kind of like relaxing now. So yeah, and the weather's nice. It's a bit warm, but not too bad. So yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm going to be playing Ryan Hawks, who he's okay. He's better than he was. We'll put it that way.
That's good.
He's better than he was. Yeah.
Better than he was. Someone who couldn't get any better. Susanna Grace, how are you?
Oh, you flatterer, you. I'm good. Unlike Tom, I've been busy working hard.
Yeah.
Sorry for some part-timers there in chat. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. But it is hot as balls here in Canada, so I'm suffering a little bit, but I've got my fan on. And I'm very excited to be here and to be my sad old Victorian lady.
Wonderful. Someone who's also a Victorian lady. I don't know how sad, because she found her dad. Kate Madison, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. I'm not sad. I don't think Kitty's that sad at the moment. No, she's intrigued and confused about all things. I mean, she might be a little sad that all these children are missing, but we kind of established last week she clearly doesn't really know how to deal with children, so maybe it's okay. But yeah, I'm playing Kitty Cartwright, who's found her dad and lost some children. Well, everyone's lost children in this place, so we'll find out what they can find out. Yeah, she's probably gonna head to talk to the mine people because she's a miner. Well, that's what my sheet says. I'm a geologist, so we'll see.
Wonderful. Someone who is not a miner, in either sense of the word, would be Hollowtail. How are you?
Yeah, bloody Thatcher. But other than that, yeah, I'm all good. I'm not a miner, unfortunately. But aside from that, I've not got the Black Lung either, so I'm happy for that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some RPGs today, so excited for it.
Excellent, excellent. So what happened last week was they had some lovely dream therapy with totally not Doris just projecting, the people they care about, maybe deep inside, and say things feel better. Just they were just totally just visited by the ghost of the past. That's totally what it was. But they all feel better, and that's what's important. 'Cause sometimes you just need better, sanity-wise. And they got to Denver, found out there's a bunch of kids missing, like in the surrounding areas, like a lot of kids missing. They also did some shopping. That was fun. Got their shoes shined, and then hit the train to head to Golden, where it was a little oddly quiet due to the lack of, children running about playing streets and stuff. But they did come up to see a children's birthday party that had like 4 or 5 kids total, all under the age of like 4 or 5. They were doing the best they could at the Astor House Hotel where they were staying. They checked in, got their luggage all put up, and had some cake. That's what you do when you're when there's a birthday. You have cake. And Bucky hit it off pretty well with the little Lulu, Louise Coors, who turned 3 years old and was very excited about her little wooden farm animals. And he did some magic tricks, and it just blew her little mind. And then, made a decent impression on the parents. Free entertainment for the kids. That's a boom. And so that was a terrible pun. And then we kind of just wrapped up the kids' birthday party, and that's where we left off. Edison Jones and August Hope are off to the newspaper in town to dig through their archives and library. I'm after that. But that leaves the rest of y'all free to do what you will. The birthday party took place around lunchtime, so it's afternoon. Still have plenty investigating. If you wish, I will remind you of, in the audience, of points of interest. You have Arthur Lake's wife, Edith. She lives in town. You guys would have gotten the info about where her house is. Lives on a neat cottage on the corner of 15th and Washington Streets. The hotel is on 12th Street. There's also the orphanage where you heard from the town gossip Anita Dixon that the children started going missing from first. There's also the Coors Brewery and anywhere else on the 1880. But those were the main things y'all were discussing about. What would you all like? The cake has been cleared away. Hey, free lunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
I suppose we should probably go and find Mr. Lake's wife, talk to her.
Mm.
I mean,
That's
I'm intrigued
probably
about these
the,
children, but we are here to find him. Hopefully they're all in the same place.
Huh. So we're that lucky. That's probably the most logical place to start off with Mrs. Lake. I think that's probably a good idea.
I do think it's a good idea if we all go together with the letter that Edison received about associates of.
Oh,
And Mina does the whole like.
Right, yeah. That's,
Well,
I mean,
as in for safety or split up so that they don't
No,
see a
for
big
safety.
crowd? Well,
yeah, I think maybe we should stick together.
yeah.
Not that I don't think they'd overtly kind of do something in public, but which
Wouldn't
reminds
they?
me. I mean, normally they're a lot more. I've heard stories of rival archaeologists doing things, and it's more like subtle, as in they might sabotage a piece of equipment and
Blow up entire fields of excavation so that the
entire
other one
fields.
couldn't get it.
It's more, yeah. It's more kind of like
Bribes, a lot of
attacking-
bribery.
Attacking someone is, directly is not in their thing. They tend to do it overtly.
Well, not everyone is carrying, and Mina pats her bag. Something important, are they?
No, that's true. That reminds me, actually. Have you all locked your rooms? Just make sure they're locked. Just to be on the safe side.
Yes.
Just in case, I don't know how many people noticed us arrived, if you know what I mean.
True. It's probably good not to leave anything too important in there because,
Mhm.
well, hotels aren't exactly completely private, are they?
No. All right. Well, yeah, I think maybe staying together would be a good idea.
All right.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right. Well, let's see Mrs. Lake.
Alright, so Mina, you are keeping the crystal on you.
Yes.
Okay.
My idea is that she looks just like your average middle-aged lady
true.
with a bag. She's not
Mhm.
suspicious. So who's
Yeah.
gonna mug her?
Hmm.
And who's
What-
gonna
how
mug
big
a
is the
middle-aged?
crystal?
Pretty
Oh,
big.
it's like American football.
Yeah.
Size,
Yes,
is
that's
it?
actually a
Big.
really good
Okay.
equivalency in shape and everything.
Mm. Okay.
I just never think about sports balls, so I know.
Well, no, I was just
No, but that's like a
trying to-
really good example. I'm like, why didn't I think of that?
Well,
just Kate,
all
she's
American
super
footballs
sporty.
are crystals, right?
Super
That's
sporty.
Just how
Yeah.
they. I don't know
Yeah.
how they play. How did? What is soccer? Football.
Yeah. Wonderful. All right, good to know. So, you keep it on you, and you guys head out to go to the cozy little cottage, the neat cottage on 15th and Washington Street. You get there, and you see a young woman,
Mm-hmm.
very young woman, out in the garden. The garden is beautiful, like, immaculately maintained. She's
Like
out
an
there.
Agatha Christie cottage kind of garden.
Little bit,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, it's really, really nice. It's nicer than all the neighbors' houses. I do see a woman, her hair tied up with like a kerchief over it to keep the dirt off of it, with a little bit of a belly showing. Seems she has a baby on the way. Just a little
Can I
bit. Yes.
I don't think I asked. How old is actually Mr. Lake? Professor
Mr.
Lake?
Lakes is a 39-year-old.
And this woman?
Looks about 16.
Okay.
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
Okay.
Ah! Oh,
Okay, I just wanted to
Yes.
make sure, because technically it doesn't necessarily have to be
Yeah.
the partner. It could be a daughter, right? Because,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah. You
that
did
was
hear
totally- Come
that
on.
they
Nothing's
met
changed.
because she was one of his drawing students.
Okay, now that changes everything.
Good lord.
Who was
Remember,
drawing
remember,
her?
this is the 1800s.
This is
Yeah, but
True
you know, things
facts.
have not changed that much.
these are real people that existed and they're at the age, and we are just giving them fictional personalities. But yes, they got married the beginning of this year.
Okay, newlywed.
Probably
They're
just after her
newlyweds.
birthday, you know, just to make it not weird. Sorry. Anyway,
So, but you see her in the garden. She's got like a little
Kitty's just
trowel.
bitchy because she's, you know, she's
Yeah.
over 10 years older than this person and seeing this woman married with a kid on the way.
Friggin' 16 and I'm still waiting.
I don't know
Well,
if she's
checking
like
it
jealous
over.
or grateful.
I mean, you're basically a spinster in these.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I said her at that age. I was like, yep.
Yep. Yeah, your
Yeah.
aunt's been hounding you for like a decade, and your dad's only
For
been
a
missing for
reason.
5 years. Like, she's like, "Come on, girl." But you see, she's got like a trowel, and she looks like she's meticulously weeding, and like maybe she's digging bulbs to plant for like tulips or daffodils or some shit. She's got like a bag of bulbs, and she's digging. And she doesn't see you guys come up until you're practically at the gate. She goes, "Oh, hi, hello. How can I help you?" Wipes her hand off on her. Hands up. Keeps a hold on the trowel though.
Hi. Sorry. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Professor Ryan Hawks.
Hello. Are you
Hello.
a professor at this school?
No, I'm a professor back in Boston.
Oh, well, unfortunately, if you're here to speak with my husband, he's not at home.
Quite. Actually, that's kind of why we're all here. Forgive me. Please let me introduce you to Miss Staunton, renowned artist.
I've heard about you. You did beautiful floral illustrations, scenery.
Yes, I did. Thank you very much.
One of my inspirations, actually. I'd love to show you some of my sketchbooks.
I'd love to see them.
Wonderful. Oh, thank you. Wonderful. Yes. It's a little. I'm sorry. to
And
interrupt.
this is Miss Cartwright, geologist,
Oh, nice.
Lovely
And,
to meet you too.
and this is a Mr. Bucky, a boom. I believe he might have. Did you work with her husband before? I think.
Oh yeah, I gave him some tips on where to find a few things.
Oh, wonderful. I'm Edith Lakes. I did receive a letter from Mr. Marsh. Referring to.
Would be the case.
Mhm.
Oh, wonderful. Please come in. She opens up the latch on the gate. Would you mind if we talked in the garden? It's such a beautiful out, and I'd really like to get these books.
Not at all.
It's a wonderful garden.
She's got like a couple benches out there. I don't know if it's, I think someone called it nesting, but I've just had such an urge to dig up the whole garden and just redo it all. Get everything tidy. It's just,
Well, it's sure looking good from the work you've been putting in.
oh, thank you. She gets down and she keeps putting in the bulbs. So, Arthur, he went missing about a month ago. He is coming out into the mountains, westward, and he said he was looking for rumors about a certain type. And he went out to do some investigating, and he came back and he said he discovered something amazing, but couldn't elaborate. He said he wanted to confirm his. He said speculation only gets you so far in science, and so he back out and well, he has.
he head off on his own?
Yes, he did. That the journey wasn't particularly uncommon for him. He does like long walks through forest and mountain. Really
So
likes
he
to walk.
just he headed on foot from here, so it wasn't very far.
He took a train, I think.
Oh,
Stopped off. Gonna make it. Not 1D, 110. 100. Boop. Oh, shit.
Wow.
Said he was getting off in Idaho Springs. Very small mining. Can't believe she crit that.
That is one hell of a crit. That is fair play.
Said there were
She
some
knew he
fossils
had
like
eggs
north
at
of there.
breakfast. He was
Yeah,
wearing
he
this.
did.
He was
Yeah, and she will describe like the outfit he was wearing down to the socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll give you a complete description.
Good God.
I
I
packed
mean,
his
if
bags
someone
that morning.
disappears, you'll often do that. Although I
Yeah.
have terrible memory, so I probably wouldn't. I'd be like, oh,
She's like, I packed his archaeological bag that day. And I packed this, and she gives you like the full list of his equipment. She gives you immaculate details on everything.
Did he go with anyone? Did he have a retinue he went with, or were they already out there?
They might have already been out there.
Okay.
Didn't mention anyone, but it wasn't uncommon for him to take someone who knew the lay of the land a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Walk with them. Go out hiking.
So
He
it was
didn't-
like a small expedition, like just a.
Yeah, just a cursory look. Established a camp to. And she said dig up things. She really sinks the travel deep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you said he said he found something exciting. Did he
Yes.
tell you any more than that about what
Um,
he'd found exactly, or
Well, she freaking crit.
okay?
Something about some petroglyphs. And where there's, petroglyphs, there's often fossils and something about a unique ore.
Right.
Great.
And this was out near Idaho Springs.
But he was taking the train to the. Yes.
Right. He didn't have any maps here that he marked up or anything useful
No,
where we
he-
could follow his trail.
It all up here, unfortunately.
Huh,
He didn't like to put anything down to paper until he knew for certain.
of course. And Kitty just gives a look to everyone, and that's sort of like,
Yeah.
At the mention of petroglyphs, Mina's
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
yard stare.
I think
Cave-
Kitty
cave
sees
writings
that
or
and tries
something?
to give her a little like hand on the knee type, like yeah, I get it. Sorry, or clench her hand a bit, sort of like, oh boy, oh we're gonna go through all of this again.
She's gonna come round a little bit when Kitty, like, pats her hand, and she's have you had any other visitors? Anyone else inquiring about Arthur and his whereabouts?
Oh, well, actually, several people. Not the first week he went missing, but about 2 weeks ago, started asking. Children, he's an adult that's gone missing. And I know it looks suspicious, but he would never. We were expecting one of our own.
Mina gives her a very warm smile at that, and she says, "Oh, I know. I knew Arthur back in England."
Yes, he did mention that. Why? Children have been. Worried about our. She looks like a little guilty. Just say that. But
Mhm.
yeah.
By any chance, was there anything local? Any curiosities that he found around here or nearby?
Not lately. Not since we've been together.
What about before then? Locally.
Well-
Has he ever had any sites that he found particularly interesting?
Did have one site. I could look up the name of it.
Oh,
Any.
that'd be wonderful.
But no, there was a site. South Table Mountain, I believe it was just east of here. They did a bunch of, that was in, oh gosh, about almost 10 years ago. They found a bunch of dinosaur bones. The area clean, and then they closed up the site.
Understandable.
Started his
You
career,
wouldn't
I
know how
believe.
to. You wouldn't know how to make it to there, right? I mean, Mountain Mountain to the east.
Oh,
Any tips on how to go and check it out?
The other people at the School of Mines, I'm sure they have maps of the.
School of Mines. Okay, well, definitely will do.
I believe the geologist, Edward Bertaud, he was on that dig.
Okay, thank you. It's real useful. Hopefully,
Oh,
we'll
and there
be
was
able
also
to
the
find...
dig site in Harrison, Professor Black Beckwith. They were hunting for fossils. Just north of Morrison.
Okay.
That's still an active dig site. And that one,
Very interesting.
6 years
And
ago.
who ran that place again? Sorry.
Professor Beckwith.
Beckwith. Okay. Interesting. I mean that's very useful. Thank you. You know,
I
you
think
can
it's
never.
still an active dig site, as I know Marsh still keeps contact with.
Well, very good. That sounds promising to me. We'll definitely check some places out and see if we can dig up any clues as to your husband's whereabouts.
Wonderful. What do you think
Oh,
I
no
can
problem.
do for all of you? Have you eaten lunch? I could make lunch.
Oh,
I-
no, please don't worry.
So
Oh.
much cake.
Yeah, there was a birthday party.
Oh.
Could I just ask again? You mentioned that some other people came, maybe a few weeks ago.
Yes, the constable has come back more than once. Ask about what I know about the missing children. Anything.
I see. So people only started coming to talk to you about your husband after children started going missing?
Basically. When I first raised the concern, he's normally not gone for more than and he was gone for a little over a week, so I told the School of Mines, and they made a note of it, but they worried, and more time went by, and I started. Then children started going missing, and then this looks suspicious, Mr. Lakes, and I swear he had nothing to do with it, and
Right.
jigs
Yeah,
deep.
no, I can imagine that's distressing, not only losing your husband, but then having him seemingly getting the ire of some suspicions. Can be very nice.
tiring. Gardening has been my escape, you could say. No good to dig.
Of course.
Is this whole digging thing? Is this like a mania that we are witnessing? Right? Like, is this just like
you could
someone
give me a
who's-
psychology check?
I mean,
Any
I
of
just
you
think
can.
she's-
I love that face you made. So you're like,
No, never mind.
No, it's not too bad.
oh,
Yeah, it's like there's possibly just frustrations as well and all sorts
What is
going
my
on.
psychology?
Do
Oh shoot, that's a bit more than I thought. Okay.
Get it rolled. What are you doing?
Ah,
Oh, never
God,
mind.
we're all terrible at
I
psychology.
firmly believe she just really enjoys this hobby.
just really enjoys it.
Really
She
wants
loves
to get
gardening.
these things in. Miss Lake, sorry, we got so many
Yes.
questions, and I'm
Oh,
sure
no,
you've been
please.
bombarded with them. But, so has it only been the constable that's come by? Have you been
Well, there is
harassed
Anita.
by anyone or anything like
She's
that?
come by multiple times.
Who? Sorry,
Anita. Oh, Miss Dixon.
who is that exactly?
She's a very chatty and
Oh, I know who.
Oh, is that the one we met?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the party.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
Gossip.
the gossip.
Mhm.
Oh, is she a friend of yours?
She makes it a point to be acquaintances with everyone.
Oh, in the know, as it were.
Yes, she very much like. She should work at the newspaper with how much she likes to acquire.
Right.
She prefers speaking rather than writing.
Sorry, Miss Lakes.
Yes.
Your husband, you taught at the university.
Oh, he taught at the university. I took classes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
an artist, and I'm still keeping. Oh, my sketchbook! I should show you. She gets up and brushes the dirt off and gently sets the trowel down, and then comes out a few minutes later, the sketchbook and a tray of drinks, like water.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's fizzy water.
Is it warm? It is warm. Isn't it?
It's a bit of a it's a warm spring day. It's a
Okay.
warm spring day.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a drink. That's nice.
Hmm.
So he would have his own class up there, or office at
Yes,
the
yes,
university.
he would. He does have his own office there. That's where his
Wonderful.
job is. University.
Wonderful. No,
The School of Mines. University.
of course.
It's on its way though.
Yeah.
They just
yeah,
built a new
you-
gymnasium.
Do you think we might be allowed to have a look around his office?
Of course, we've got a geologist and Miss here. Sure, they'll be happy to let you into his office.
Mina's just gonna look through the sketchbook and give out the like a.
She
Oh, there's
really
a
likes
lovely-
drawing flowers. Like that seems to
Mhm.
be her main thing. But there's also landscapes. There's several sketches of Mr. Lake's, of Arthur. And some other sketches. Her more recent sketches have shifted to like minerals, like sketching different minerals and landscape. Mountainy land.
And Mina's she's gonna give some honest and good feedback about the
She
work.
takes notes.
And she's gonna say, what's inspired this shift to minerals and landscapes?
Well, I thought, flowers and meadowish landscapes have a lot of soft curves. I thought I could use more work on my my geometric harsh lines and whatnot. I just felt inspired.
These look like normal minerals and landscapes. I'm super suspicious of everything.
They seem to be normal mountainscapes. Looks like Colorado mountains. You've been through a lot of them. Looks like Colorado mountains and different types of minerals. It looks like she has maybe gone to the School of Mines and like drawn like from like minerals, because you see like little plaques underneath them, as if they was like she sketched from an exhibit. Right? There's
Gotcha.
gold, silver, iron, lead, uranium, other minerals that I totally pyrite, some fool's gold, yeah, bunch of minerals.
I mean, it's gonna say to these are honestly very, very good. And if I were you, I would start submitting them to magazines and scientific
you think
journals.
so?
I think so.
Yeah, I'll do that after I'm done with the garden today.
I think you should.
Fetch Miss Taunton. She writes down somewhere. Is there anything I can help with? Oh, and please feel free to come back at any time. I'm here most days.
Thanks. Yeah, we probably got a lot of different places to go and talk to, and it seems like we need to head west at some point. Do you did your husband did he take different supplies when he went the second time at all?
No, but his usual supply load. He normally gear for traversing through the forest, hiking gear for the mountains, shovel, brushes, paper, pencil, charcoal. He does like to sketch himself and did pack his water.
All right. I just was curious. Did he come back because he didn't have the supplies he needed to continue?
Yes,
or?
he was just going on a regular hike, and he wasn't expecting to find anything. That's how he found
see.
his last two sites, was hiking through the wilderness and spotted something in the rock, and then he said he thought he may have spotted something back to get.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Are there do you know of any reports of pictographs like in this area?
No,
or in
not
the,
in this part. There's not been any reports of cave drawings. before, so he was particularly
Right. Okay.
petrified.
Patrick.
Hermes.
Yep, totally. I definitely wrote that down. Right.
Seemed pretty unique. He was very excited.
That sounds exciting. Maybe we'll find them.
So,
I'm not sure what else to ask at the moment.
He doesn't happen to have a office here, does he? A little
Oh, he
private
keeps-
study.
he keeps some books here, but he mostly did his research at
Gotcha. I understand.
That he was trying to keep home and work life a bit separate.
Smart thing to do.
He didn't perchance happen to keep a personal journal, did he? Though he may have logged dreams or errant
Oh,
thoughts.
if he had a journal, he took it.
Hmm. Well,
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't have anything else that I would like to ask you, Mrs. Lakes.
No, unless there's anything else that you think is pertinent to maybe help us in our. We are trying to find him. Is
If
there
I
anything
think
else
of
you can
anything
think
else, I'll let you know. Where are you?
Oh yeah, we're staying at
The hotel.
Hotel.
Mm,
Oh,
On
the
15.
Astor House Hotel.
Exactly.
Yes, that one.
Wonderful. That's not very far at all. I'll if I remember anything else or find something else, I'll go there and let you know. And please feel free to come back here if you have any.
Of course, yes.
And-
Hopefully we'll come back with him at some point.
Oh,
and if you need
So-
anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out.
thank you. Very kind.
All right, I think we
being
should leave you in
nice.
peace for a little bit so you can finish the gardening before you.
Yeah, I'd like
Lose
to get all
the
these
light.
bulbs dug in. It runs out.
course.
Sounds great. Well, let us know if you find any fossils.
Ooh.
All right. Thank you very
You have
much.
a pleasant day. Thank you.
Okay. And then goes back to digging her bulbs in.
Can
Oh,
I?
Dagon.
What?
Gardening.
I don't know. I don't know how enclosed the garden was.
Like a little picket
Uh,
fence. It's a very cute whitewashed picket fence.
So, but like people on the street, like you, it's not enclosed. Is it?
No.
Could I
Some
have?
hedges?
Could I roll a spot hidden
Absolutely.
to have been keeping an eye for anyone lurking and watching and?
Yes,
this
absolutely. Give me that
conversation.
spot hidden check. Nope.
Good grief! Roll 20.
Nope.
Nope.
Some decent rolls. Okay. Well, damn it. Okay. I was too much on fizzy water. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Colorado has some naturally carbonated springs.
Whew, went straight to your
Oh,
head.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very
All right.
surprising.
So, I think we head to the university, right? Check his office.
Yeah,
So-
that feels like a good place. Plus, they might have a lot more information. I mean, if he came back and talked about rare minerals and whatever else, they maybe they even mapped out where he was heading. Let's hope.
Maybe.
But
They
yeah,
were-
I'm a
Is it quite thing that rival, archaeologists and stuff like that are very secretive because obviously it's their dig. They want the pundits
Yes.
and the glory.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
common.
the likelihood of discussing it with fellow academics is somewhat
Mm-hmm.
low because, right.
yeah,
Well,
true.
I suggest if we were to head into this office, look for any hidden things, compartments in tables. The competition for archaeology is stiff and merciless. So, if he did find something and he did write anything down or held something or hid something, he will most likely have put it in a compartment. So, keep your eyes out for that.
Sense.
True.
for
We might
secrets.
have to have some people distract others. I'm not sure they'll like us just rummaging around in his office. So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. We might be
we'll
able to
see.
get away with it with our professional.
Hopefully.
Yeah. With our purpose here, maybe we'll be fine.
We'll give it a go.
Heading off to the Colorado School of Mines. Excellent. You head off to the Colorado School of Mines, and the building. It's some. Chill. Yeah, there we go. Get to the Colorado School of Mines, and it is a lovely 3-story brick building for the main building, and it seems that there's been a secondary 3-story brick building where the new gymnasium, additional class held. You see there's quite a hustle and bustle. It is a very active place. You're here on a weekday after all. It is prime schooling hours. You see classes of a wide variety of ages, everyone from, like 16-year-olds up to people in their mid-50s, intermingling and talking. A bunch of people with sketchbooks, some people with backpacks. It's quite a lively university.
Is it I don't know what the hell university I do at what university has Boston got?
Oh,
Is
they
it
have a lot of
like-
universities. They have
Yeah.
Yale. That's the one that Marsh works at right now.
Right. I don't think I actually said what where.
If you want to use your Marsh could have probably gotten you a spot. Not tenure, but
Yeah.
be
Okay.
a teacher.
You'll be at Yale. You'll be a teacher at Yale. Sure, why not?
Yes, speaker and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
And you do have a letter from Marsh.
Yes, we do, don't we? Just in case we need further clarification and proof that we're okay. All right.
Do we before we get there? Do we know? I mean, I suppose if Marsh and Mr. Lakes were working together,
Mhm.
but do we know if there are any rivals in amongst the university?
Great
Oh,
question.
I mean,
Not that you know of.
Not that we know of.
Not that you know
Brian
of.
probably assumes everyone
Yeah, that's a
is
good
a
assumption.
rival to
Probably,
everyone else.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
quite possibly.
even Professor Lakes. So Professor Lakes and God, I almost said Howells then.
Marsh. Yeah.
Marsh.
Mm-hmm.
They were rivals, weren't they?
No, Lakes
they
actually.
weren't.
Lakes did a lot of work for Marsh. That's why Marsh is
Got you,
asking you to look for
got
him.
you.
Is because he led Marsh to a bunch of discoveries and got one up on Cope. Cope and
Oh.
Marsh are the big rivals.
Cope and Marsh are the things.
Yeah,
that's-
but Lakes worked for Marsh, or worked with Marsh on a lot.
Got you. Cool. Good to know. Good to know.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you can give me spotting. You don't have to.
I'd love
Spot
to.
me
I'd
up,
like.
you can.
Sure,
I'm
why
wanting
not?
to keep an eye out.
Absolutely.
I think
Odd
Kitty's a little
success.
nervous.
Oh my
Come
god.
on.
Bucky and Mina, you guys are having a great day. You're blissfully
Oh,
oblivious
we
to
both
the
got a
world.
16. Damn
Yeah,
it.
we did.
That is funny. Those of you who got hard
We spot the
successes,
same thing.
you
been
spot
on
the
university
same
sites
thing.
before.
You see two figures that you recognize.
Uh-huh.
It's your two businessmen on a business trip.
Oh!
They're here chatting
businessmen on a
to some guy with a big gray beard.
They didn't say that they were
Yeah, they were.
scientists. Did
Oh
they
no,
say
not
that?
scientists. No.
What did
No,
they
but they
say
were.
what they-
They were out to buy land. Like they were potential.
They had a
well,
lot
that
of
is
land
just-
surveys. Yeah, they were going
Yeah,
through land
like they
surveys.
were
Yes.
looking for this sort of thing. To be
That makes
honest.
perfect sense why they're here.
So you recognize those two. All these people like you
Okay.
recognize. No, like wait, no, those two guys. I know those guys.
Okay. If they do catch their eye, I'll give them a polite kind of like nod and tip the hat to them as a greeting.
Yes.
But I wouldn't.
Mr. James Smith, Mr. Ashley Dennigan. They give a nod back. One of them still got their shoulder like a bit of a sling because it got dislocated on the train. But it's got put back. Not super injured.
So I guess we would head to some sort of reception or
Yes.
anyone around to try and find where Lakes' office is.
Absolutely. You are able to. You can find the president of the Colorado School of Mines. It would be he just became president, I believe. Regis Chauvenet, 1880. Just say it. Could have been later in the year, but it's that or Mr. Hale,
What was it? President?
president of the Colorado School of Mines.
Sorry, what was his name?
Regis Chauvenet. Chauvenet? I'll put it in our.
Is he French?
Uh,
I don't know. Is Chauvenet a French surname?
It looks
Question.
French.
It looks, yeah.
look it up now.
Oh, yeah, that looks very French. Okay.
Scientific Society. Yes, Regis
Or
Chauvenet.
it could be Canadian. Like, oh, you know.
Which would still be French.
It would still be French, yeah, but it'd be just like, I don't know if they
Mhm.
class themselves as French Canadian at that point. I
It's
don't
first
know.
found in Brittany, in France. That's a French surname.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'll say he's French. Okay, we'll give him a different accent from the. Yeah. He's a mining engineer, professor of chemistry and metallurgy at the Colorado
wow.
School of Mines. Graduate from Harvard.
Ooh.
Yes. Mining.
Hmm.
Good.
And he's the president as well as.
He's the
like,
president.
all of that.
Yes, right now.
I gotta say, looking at the photograph of the man, he looks exactly how you would expect him to
Oh
look.
my god, I need
Oh,
to see
really?
a photo now.
Should send the photo.
And,
Yep,
uh,
yep, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Boop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here you go for chat. I got you.
Thank you. Well.
Oh, I got by the bot.
Ah.
Oh no! I'll get you. I'll save you. I'll save you. Clicked.
Eh.
Oh no.
No
I-
links, young lady. Stop Nightbot.
Dang, Nightbot. There we go. Can't stop
Is he
me.
single? Miss Staunton might need to put on the charm.
You know, you have an
He,
accent.
he does have a resemblance to the
Yeah.
artwork.
His mustache is not big enough.
Not a big
Oh.
enough
Yeah,
it's
mustache,
all
and he
about
doesn't
the
have the
mustache.
chops coming down.
It's all about the mustache.
Hair can grow. Hair can
size.
grow, Mina.
Yeah.
So you're able to find him. He's sitting at like a desk. He's got like the front office, but there's a secretary. It's got a big glass window so you can see him. He's doing paperwork, and there's a young man actually is the secretary. He seems to be. He's got like piles of paperwork, and he's got like a monocle. He looks up and he looks. Hello, yes. Can I help you all? Welcome. Are you looking to register? It's a bit late for the spring semester, but we are still accepting it. And he has a look on his face that says, "Please don't register. Please be here not to.
Oh,
Please don't be
bless
here
him.
to register."
No, that's not why we're here.
Oh,
we
then how can I
are-
help you? And he like scoots a pile of papers.
So we have been sent by Professor Othniel Marsh
Oh.
to investigate the disappearance
Right.
of Professor Lakes.
Mr. Lakes. Yes, Professor Lakes. I can direct you to speak with the president. He's not in any right now. I cannot give you authorization into the offices, but the president would be. Just.
Thank you.
Can I get you any coffee, tea?
And you'll
Cup
look
of
to
tea
the
would
others
be
to see
wonderful.
if they want everything.
I-
I'll have a coffee.
Yeah, same. I'd love a coffee. Thank you.
I'll have a tea as well, thanks.
Tea. The ladies' coffee with men. All right. Goes and he
Thank you.
opens the door and you see through the window it's got which has got like the lettering on it. It's Colorado School of Mines President's office. You see him have a conversation and the president's like and he's like smoking a pipe on the inside and the secretary's like and there is
Secretary.
yeah typical
Does
secretary.
he? Does what we saw there? Does Can we see whether or not he seems frustrated that someone's looking for Mr. Lakes or anything?
It looks like he was doing the crossword in the newspaper.
It's just more
And-
annoyed that he's being bothered, but
Important.
not
Yes.
annoyed that this investigation is happening or anything.
Yes, that would seem
Okay.
to be
Okay,
but
just
mostly just
checking.
like, how dare you interfere with my lunch
like I was
break
having a nice smoke and not doing any work.
Yes.
Don't make me do work.
Absolutely. That is absolutely the vibes you were getting. As you
Yeah.
see that his desk doesn't have as much paperwork. It's still got a bunch of paperwork on it, but not as much paperwork on it. And he comes back and he says, sure, that cup of coffee, those cups of coffee and tea, and the president will be with you shortly. To the president, like, pipe here somewhere. Just clean up this. There we go. Flip through a page in the newspaper.
Ryan will nod. Yeah. I mean, a president is a very busy man.
Yeah.
Because he's like, clearly he looks incredibly busy right now.
So I'm going to take a seat. I'm just going to take a
Yeah,
seat
there's like a little waiting area.
down and relax.
And he'll bring you all cups of coffee and tea.
Thank you.
And after you guys finish your cups of coffee and tea, that is about when the newspaper is folded up and put down. And he goes, the president.
Get up and head on in.
And get up. And you enter the office, and there's like a couch, like a couple of
Yep.
a net that keeps flying around. Just annoyingly. And you enter and he goes, "Hello, how may I help you? I am the president of the Colorado School of Mines."
Just look to Ryan because Ryan's the
Yeah.
most sort of like professory type person.
Sure.
So it's like, I think
Um,
you should do most of the talking.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you. Myself, I'm
Yes.
Professor Ryan Hawks out of Yale.
If I know
I don't know
Professor, it's nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you, and he'll shake his hand. Next to me is Miss Staunton, exceptional artist of, and we have next to me Miss Cartwright, geologist.
You
And,
see, all educating women now.
And a Mr. Boone with
Hmm.
us, a gentleman like here.
Finder of things. And he'll shake strongly.
I see. What can I do for you? Heard something about Mr. Professor Lakes? Not shown
Indeed.
up for work all month.
No, funny enough, that is exactly...
I've been having to teach his classes. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, I'm sure that's a big inconvenience. to
Oh, it
yourself.
is very much so.
Mhm.
Oh.
Well, that's why we're here. We're going to see if we can lessen that inconvenience for you.
I do love lessons inconvenient.
Mm-hmm. So, we're here to find where Professor Lakes has gone on the request of Professor Marsh.
I see. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So, we're here to request access to his private office so that we can have a look around and see if there are any hints to potentially of where he could have gone.
I see. Where?
And we thought it would be common courtesy to request permission, obviously, to enter his office from the president of such.
Of course.
university.
Of course. Yes, of course it would be very good to seek permission. You have to get my permission to go into the offices that are not yours. Can you make me like a charm or persuade check? And I'll give you plus 20%.
Okay, I'll do a persuade.
Mm-hmm. Oh! Extreme success. He goes, "Oh yes, Professor from Yale, of course you may have access to our humble university's office of Mr. Lakes. Let me get you the key." Yeah.
Thank you.
Opens up a drawer. There's a bunch of keys, and it's just a drawer of keys.
Oh my god.
Is that we found the right one? Yes, this one. That's easy to you all.
Thank you very much. That's very kind. And where
You will need you to return it when you are finished going through the
course.
office. Of course.
Should I just return it to your secretary?
Yes, that would be great. Yes, ideally, yes.
So where specifically his office?
His office is on the second floor with wing side of the building. Third floor has his name on the door. Professor Lakes.
Wonderful.
Arthur Lakes.
Just out of curiosity, if you don't mind, did you have much of a relationship with the professor?
Yeah, I have a very good relationship with all of my staff here at the university. Of course I do. I am the president.
Of course.
Irresponsible of me not to know my own professors.
I was
I'm a very
curious.
responsible president.
I am sure you are. I'm curious that just before Professor Lakes disappeared, went elsewhere, whether
Yes.
or not he discussed something with you about, a potential find or.
I was
anything
very
that
excited
you-
about a new baby on the way. I know that
Mhm.
very much. Potential finds. No, he was always on his walks, these long walks through the wilderness, sometimes being late for classes and finding fossils and getting other people involved, not the local Coloradoans. Like that Marsh. Marsh is a good dinosaur bone finder, yes, but I'd like to keep some of these digs more local, not get the whole Bone Wars feud up in here.
Indeed.
Yes.
Right. And Ryan's gonna kind of like fiddle with the key, just making sure it's in, opening it up for anyone else who wants to ask him questions just before he goes, because he'll do that and then probably look at his watch just to make sure, Anyone else wants to ask him anything?
The office closes, the secretary leaves at 6, so you should be done by then. It's like 3 o'clock.
Oh, it won't take that long. It won't take that long.
Oh, good.
Do we
His
get
office
the
is very unorganized.
Oh, fun.
do we get the impression that they didn't like each other, or is this guy just seemingly doesn't like many people, or is there a rivalry here?
Can you give me a psychology check? You can still get
can
something, just how
try.
much you get. If you succeed, you'll get a lot more. He seems like his hobby is complaining.
Okay.
He's one of those.
Beyond that, it's hard to tell. But he definitely enjoys complaining. If that,
Don't we all?
like that, you get that for free.
Yeah. Before we head out, then I might just be like, out of interest, if you don't mind, before he left this last time, a month ago, did he happen to talk to yourself or maybe anyone else about where he was thinking of going, or any
He asked if I
exciting
could
things
cover
that had
his
happened?
classes for a week because he had maybe a new discovery, and I said, if you discover anything, you let me know before you let that Marsh know.
I see.
He's not let me know anything. He's not come back to work, so maybe he
I
got
see.
eaten by wolves. I do not know.
Right. And this is just a separate question,
Oh,
and
bears.
I apologize if it's prying a little, but we've noticed that there's obviously been some tragedies around with all these children going missing. Has that affected
Yes,
you and your family
children.
at all?
Well, no, I do not have any children of abductable ages. They are all married and off. Most of the students here are also adults. We had a few younger sorts, 14, 15. They all ran off like 14, 15-year-olds with no sense of responsibility, do.
Sorry, you say they ran off?
Of course, it's young children. The young adults, 15-year-olds, 14 years. They have no sense of responsibility. They all go off on flights of fancy women. They all just skip classes all the time.
Oh, I see. And that's recent. That's some of your students who are younger that they have not
In the
turned up.
past couple month, few weeks.
I see.
Yes, but I've heard rumors of the little ones in town getting abducted.
You don't have any information about these students who've been skipping classes at all that we could
Oh
maybe
yes,
have
we
a
do
look
take
at?
attendance. I could show you some of these attendance records.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I don't know if
Yes,
it's
you seem
related
like
to Mr.
Anita.
Lakes at all, but yeah, well, you know, I mean, children missing classes is never a good thing, right? So it'd be good
No,
to know,
they have
like,
no respect for education.
right, absolutely. Sure,
The
if you've got some
sanctity of the school.
paperwork. Right.
Education.
Do the children do they just learn in the classrooms, or do they actually go to
Oh, we have
some of the
many.
mines?
We go out on field excursions. You have to buttons to get actual experience in your field of study. The artists, they got to sketch the wildlife and the scenery and the flowers and stuff. And they you know, the people who are going to for the mining. Of course, we tour the local mines. You know, it's important
do
to
you-
see how the structures are built rather than just reading it in the books.
Right.
Canaries and whatnot. You know.
Anything changed with the mines around here lately, with especially with all these children going missing? Like, any of the mines have any problems, any collapses, or any
No
closures, or-
collapses. A couple of them are reporting, I believe, some labor shortages from all their youth running around and skipping work. Like the irresponsible youths they are.
Of course. Oh, that must be a shame. Maybe we could find out which ones. Do you happen to have a spare
It would not
map
surprise me
of-
if they were the friends of those who are skipping classes, all these skippers.
Oh yeah, that's terrible. Do you have
Till
like a
youth
map
these
maybe
days.
of all of these mines that we could borrow so that we could maybe visit some
Now
of
we've
these?
got a map of the mines out in the halls. They are, you know, marked with
I
what
see.
schedules for when we are supposed to do visits and such.
All right, might make a note of that then. Thank you. Right. Oh, these terrible youths. Let's yeah.
Yes.
I think you just aged 10
Disrespect.
years with that sentence.
What, these terrible youths?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
That's
respect.
one thing
Just
away
like-
from get off my lawn.
Yeah, I know. She's trying to, like, you know, indulge him, but she's rolling her eyes secretly. Yeah, I think, I mean,
You're not related to Miss Dixon, are you? This kid,
no, does she
You
come
seem so
up here and
similar.
talk? Oh, well, you know, it's good to be in the know, just like reading the paper.
Yes, the paper is very important. News.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we've taken enough of your time. Thank you for your time.
We're happy to indulge a fellow professor of Yale. I graduated from Harvard, but you know, we are all from good schools.
Yeah, quite.
We
Well,
still
you're a
hearts.
very, very busy man, and
Oh,
can I
yes,
see?
yes.
Can I see the crossword he was doing? on the table?
Absolutely, it's a
Can I see if there's one that he hasn't finished, and
let
like
me,
say answer it and say, and that is actually
let's see if there's one he hasn't finished first.
or the one that he got wrong.
He did really well in the cross. That
Damn it.
crossword is he rolled an 11. He did a great job on that crossword.
All right, no problem.
Nailed.
That's a shame.
I know.
Um,
Look, if he had rolled poorly, you
I
could have
know.
easily. But he rolled real well.
All right. Well,
It seems
why
that
don't
he
we just-
does have his job for a reason. He's good at the
Yeah.
crossword at least. He's filled it
That's
out.
all you need to be a president, really. Just
Good at
crosswords.
crosswords. I will say
Yeah,
that the
so-
crossword, because it's the Colorado Golden newspaper, it's all like mining terminology. A lot of like,
Oh yeah, it must
Yeah.
be perfect for it. Actually.
yeah.
I'll leave then at that point and then head
Yeah.
to Professor Lake's office.
I like to imagine the entire time in that conversation, Mina kept her face stone straight and was
Absolutely.
pretending to be really attentive. And she leaves that room and she's like, and she like laughs a little bit.
Oh, here you go. And you leave, and the secretary goes, could I interest you in more coffee, tea?
I'm not gonna say no to a coffee, but
Okay.
if you could
So
add like
it's-
extra sugar in it, that'd be great.
Of course, sir. Yep.
Actually,
Like
would it
4
be possible
spoons.
to have a pot brought up to Professor Lakes' office? We might be
Oh.
there for some
Good
time.
idea.
Yes, I could do that. Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's head to the office.
And to the office.
It's gonna be like a bomb's hit it. I can already see it. It's gonna be such a mess.
Uh-huh.
But was it a mess when he left, or has
Dun,
it
dun,
been
dun.
overturned?
That's the question.
Yeah.
So, you get to the office. And see the door. It's one of those wooden doors with the glass frosted panel insert with the name painted on it. Professor Arthur Lakes, Florida School of Mines. And the key fits in the slot perfectly. Opens it, and you see an office. Got a table, a desk, a decent desk, a nice desk, with a not like mahogany or anything, but solid oak. It's a good desk. Nice chair. It's got a little bit of cushioning. Some leather upholstery. There's a lot of filing cabinets in here. Along with like a nice plant in the window, and a lot of sketches and like little watercolor paintings on like one wall. They're all just like tacked up. Most appear to be his, but some do appear to have his wife's signature that Mina would recognize from the sketchbook. And you can give me some spot hidden checks.
Yeah, be like, right,
Certainly.
okay. Look for any hidden compartments.
Yes.
Anything like that.
I can only roll good when I'm being a nosy cow
Good
digging
man.
through someone's stuff.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I can't see anything.
It's because you two got
Ryan?
your man eyes on.
you
Yeah,
two got your
Yeah,
man.
it's true. We're like, I can't even see a table here. What the hell? Where's the lamp? I
Yeah,
need light.
there's
This is
a
such a
little
mess.
kerosene lamp on the table. But because this is the west-facing office, you actually get that nice afternoon sun coming in, so it's nicely
That's
illuminated. This is prime real estate in this school. It's a nice office. It's not huge, but it's nice. And the president said it was disorganized. It's not very disorganized. A little cluttered in places, but it's not that disorganized. You know, that's how it is. But Kitty and Mina, you can tell that this office has been gone through recently.
Mm.
Recently, as in very recently, like not when he first disappeared type recent, but like not
Mina,
that
with your
long.
hard success earlier today.
Ooh.
That is recent.
Can I see a obvious point of ingress egress?
The door you guys have come through.
Okay.
You can tell because there is like someone's watered the plant
Hmm.
and the soil is still wet.
Interesting.
And with that hard success, you can also tell that not only has someone been in there recently, Kitty, you can also tell that the plant has been wet, but Mina, you can tell that this office has been like gone through. Like there should be dust on maybe the filing cabinets and things. It's been moved around. It's been disturbed. There's no sitting. If this office hasn't been used in a month, even if someone just came in to water the plants, there'd still be dust on the desk or the drawers and stuff. No dust.
Can we tell if anything's been taken? Like, is there like any gaps where like a book was, or?
You can, you guys can now look through that. That was just the first time, and you will need a library check.
Oh.
That's
no.
with
Where is
dark. Come
Edison?
back.
Can I do a library use check, or is
Yes.
that specifically for those?
No, anyone can do a library use because now you've known that
that's
the thing has been gone through. You can do library use to try to to go through the documents and stuff. Yeah.
Can I spend some... Oh,
Hard
well,
success.
maybe I don't need
I'm a
to
professor. I'm a nerd. Of course.
Yeah,
I've got high
exactly.
Of
library
course
use.
you do. I've seen a book.
Ryan, you've seen a book. Mina's seen a book. Kitty, you're looking around. You're like, I know this office has been gone through. Ryan, you can see that some folders have been taken.
Hmm.
And like in the filing cabinet, recent folders.
What?
The folders are there, but the contents have been removed.
Okay. Ooh, what were the folders? Did
The
they have a name on what
folders-
the folders were?
So this seems to be done like his organizational system seems to be both by project and by month. The
Okay.
month of March is gone, which would have been when he gone missing. So the month of March is gone, and also a folder in like one is just calendar dates. The other one, filing cabinet, is project names. The one from the project name one seems to be called No, I'm not gonna give it that name. I wrote it down.
Come on.
No, I wrote it down. No, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save that
Oh,
project
you're
name.
saving it.
Saving it.
It's the big reveal.
I'm saving it for later.
Oh no.
But it has it's in the mountains category, like the project folders.
Okay.
Like there's like
Okay,
hills,
so
plains. Like he seems to have it geographically. This is in mountains.
Okay. All right. So that kind of fits together. Is there a map of the local area?
There is.
In
There
here.
would be a map of his local area. It's
I
got
would
lots
like-
of markings on it from expeditions and things. It seems to be color coded.
Cool. Was there a color code for the March file to the map?
Ooh, give me
I'm trying to pinpoint the exact location of where this potentially could have been.
an idea roll, so an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
'Cause you got a hard library use check. Okay.
Success.
You see that it is red. He's used red for this
Mhm.
project, and not in the month of March, but for the mountains projects. All his
whole-
mountain projects seem to be coded in red. Valleys are green, river systems, because they do this thing called placer mines, which is when you get near a river system and you dig a bunch of things. That's how they sift for gold without like
Oh, okay.
getting in the river. So there's like placer mines things. Those are in blue. Other things which are in green. More archaeological digs seem to have like a brown string next to them as well, or a brown pen. But it would have been red coded, and
Is there
the
what
newest
the code
ink
red is?
seems to be around the Idaho Springs area, just northwest, on a mountain. The mountains don't have names on this map.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. That really narrows
but
it
it's
down
but
big
it's
time.
it's like northwest.
Is there sorry, is there any other red markings on this map?
Yes, there are some other.
What do they represent? Do
Markings.
they represent digs? Like everything, like you said brown were.
If you look through previous mountain ones,
Yeah.
some of them are field trips for the students to take them to certain mountain mines. Some appear to be potential dig sites that didn't pan out. Some, a lot of the dig sites seem to be more in like valley areas. You
So
just see
they're
more sediment
basically
built up.
kind of like potential.
Potential,
expeditions and-
yes.
Okay.
Potential
cool.
interests, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's no file that pertains to that mountain, but it is marked red on the map, so you're able to, whatever file was here was for that area.
Okay.
But it's
I'm
gone.
gonna make a note of that. I'll make a note of this of the. Is there I don't know if you could do coordinates on the thing, but I'll just make a note of
They have
where it is in
coordinates.
conjunction to
Yeah.
Idaho Spring and stuff. like
It's like northwest of Idaho
that.
Springs.
Northwest of Idaho Spring. Okay.
There's a few mountains in that area, so it could be any of them. He kind of just did a big circle. Very mountainous area.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
I'll let
definitely some
everyone else
missing
know.
files. You don't
So
find
when
any.
this is
No one
happening-
finds any secret compartments
Yeah.
and stuff, but there are missing files.
Okay.
Someone got here before you did.
While he kind of like he's gonna visibly work it out, so he's standing around working it out, and he's gonna kind of like pinpoint the location, and he's gonna say this is where he's gone. So we know where he was planning on going. Right here.
That's a relief to know at least.
Hmm.
Now I got a
Whether he-
direction to look in.
Yeah, whether he's still there, I don't know.
It also seems like someone else knows where he went.
Yeah.
That it does. Is there anything about the local places? You know, the ones that his wife mentioned.
I could have a
There's a
look.
lot of kids going missing, and I'm just kind of hoping they ain't dinosaur chow.
Yeah. I could have a look. I mean, it's all pretty.
Those files are all
coordinated.
there. Yeah, if you look
It
through the
takes
ones on the
the
map,
files
you get the
out.
files. With your hard library use check, all the info is there. It indicates they're old dig sites or current dig sites. You typically run by Marsh. Some are run by the Colorado School of Mines.
Mhm.
They're all mostly old. They're all few to several years old. The
Okay.
oldest one's about a decade old.
Wow.
Some are in Wyoming. It's
Okay. So there's nothing recent.
nothing
in these are all-
recent.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Hey.
we can go.
Probably
through
what he seems to have been mostly teaching recently, so it's mostly been field trips to things he's previously discovered. So, for the sounds of it, this was his first discovery in a while.
This might sound odd. Are there
No.
any notes or indications of a student that he's basically favored or
Ooh.
like
Um,
mentoring or something
Well,
like
there was
that?
his wife.
Yeah.
She was a student that he seemed to favor quite a bit. A lot of her pictures are on the wall.
Yeah, that's not the kind of favor I'm looking for.
As far as other students,
Like maybe
nothing.
a student that he might share this with or want to recruit to take with him on this thing, you know?
There's nothing in his notes because the projects are
Oh yeah, he must have taken
missing.
Yeah.
The files are missing.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you
That
could
makes
talk
sense.
to some of the other professors or other students here. They
Yeah.
might have a better answer.
Okay.
Did I because he mentioned it, but I don't know whether we meant like do I get copies of any files of like the kids that are not attending currently? Any details on where they are from and similar?
You don't
like,
get them
anything
from
to help
here, but the secretary was put on getting you a list. He'll have it ready for you by the time you leave.
when we leave. Okay, good. So I don't get it.
He's like,
now.
yeah, you look through the office. Give me the key, and I'll get you these attendance missing people. Because he's got like the master list of classes, because he's
Yeah.
secretary for the president, so all that stuff. And Lake's files are missing from the past month when people. And I also say, Mina, they didn't break in. Whoever came in here had a key.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
yeah. Well,
Gonna have a word with
You
that
think it's
president. You know,
Well, if there's one thing I know is you don't trust the French.
evidently. Maybe a word with the secretary. Maybe they would know.
maybe?
I wonder how
Yeah.
available the keys are.
Yeah.
I think maybe before we ask that, maybe we should talk to some other professors or other people around here. Maybe we find someone who actually seems a little more to care about the professor, and then they might be more willing to give us information about who maybe has rivalries or
It may be a
maybe
good
they
idea.
saw anything. Because I feel like those two gentlemen are not going to give us answers. Otherwise, they would have already said, "Oh, someone else came in," or
I'm just a bit worried that maybe one of the other professors are the ones who went in here and took it. I just
Well, we
want to
can
know
always.
before we chat to someone that whoever took the
Yeah.
key out wasn't working here. If you know
That's
what I
true.
mean.
We could, I
Sure.
suppose, just casually ask if anyone else has visited his
Yeah.
office recently that they know of, and then if they give us an honest answer, we'll see.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, you could float it around as, guys, a mess in there. Have you seen his office? Those kind of things. Keep it casual.
Mm-hmm.
Make
Well,
sure
how
one
about this?
agrees.
How about this? If Kitty and Bucky, if you want to go start chatting to the other professors, myself and Miss Staunton will head to the secretary and see what we can get out of them and the president again. How do you feel about that?
Sure.
Sounds good
Um,
enough to me.
I think Mr. Boone is a better talker than me, but I'll happily smile and see what I can see.
I mean, you're a better thinker than me, so you can at least talk smart at them as well. Because I'm not gonna do that.
Hey,
Well-
it's the perfect couple.
There you
Dream
go.
team.
We can help each other out. All right.
So,
And
Well, we'll meet just out front once you're done.
all right. We'll
sounds good.
find some sort of. There must be a place where they all sit and talk. So we'll head to some sort of teacher's lounge or something, I guess.
Yes,
Or be pointed in that direction.
There is the Jarvis Hall. There will also be the new gymnasium, which is where people seem to be congregating a little bit to chat a bit.
Yeah, we'll start to head down that thing, and I'm gonna keep my eyes open for anything, like, I don't know, anything pinned up in hallways, any missing persons things, or anything that looks
Sure.
like people are actually concerned about the fact that there's a professor missing and various
Yeah.
kids. Like, is there anything that looks like somebody is actively trying to do anything? Because it sounds like, from the people we've so far met, that it's just an inconvenience, but that's it. No one
Yes.
seemingly caring about investigating or finding
There
out what
is
happened.
a bulletin board for the school outside of Jarvis Hall where you would see a lot of missing children posts. And people, like, having conversations around it concernedly, chatting and talking, etc. Yes. There'd be plenty of people outside of there. You can give me a spot hidden to see if any of them look more like faculty.
Ain't succeeding at things today.
I'll spot him and I'll point you in the right direction. I'll be like,
Wonderful. You do see somebody who looks like faculty, who is currently putting up a poster. They look a little older. They look like they've got the classic kind of tweed suit look. A gentleman who is, just putting up stuff like you do.
Yeah. I think if it's pointed out,
yeah,
'cause
I will
ain't seeing
definitely.
anything.
I will be pointing it out, and
Oh, right. And he'll sort of straighten up and walk over. And
follow
Yep.
behind.
over there.
Not a problem.
Hello there, sir. How are you doing today? Do you need some help with that?
I'm doing just fine. Yeah, sure. Could you get me some of them
All right,
push
well,
pins?
Of course I can. Let me get in there. He
Oh,
says,
thank
and
you,
he
thank
goes and
you.
collects some push.
He's got like a
pins and helps
box
out.
at the bottom, and he's got the dilemma where he's
Yeah.
like, he dropped one, and he's like, but he doesn't want to lose where he's got the poster placement right there. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly.
What's the poster he's putting up right now?
It is a poster, like a sign-up board,
Oh,
like
okay.
a sign-up poster for, like some school event. Looks like a field trip, but like not tied to any specific class. Just like a generic, like, hey, do you want to check out this, new panning system? Come sign up here for the, new and improved gold panning. Yeah.
Oh, gold panning. Eh? Never tried it myself, but I've heard some interesting things about it.
Oh, really? It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I got, I just changed his accent completely. I took your accent right there for a minute. Oh,
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
name's, Van Dyst. It's nice to meet you.
Very nice. That's quite
I'm
quite a
I'm
fascinating
faculty
name.
here. I'm pretty new. I just got hired this spring. I teach
Oh.
metallurgy classes. You gotta get minerals to melt down. So,
That makes sense. I guess you're a bit of a panning pro then. That sounds good.
yeah. Moved on from the panning and into the smelting. But you gotta pan before you can smelt. So.
Well, that's what they say. I hear. So, I'm Bucky Boone. It's nice to meet you. And my
Nice to meet
associate
ya.
here is Kitty Cartwright.
Oh, nice to meet you, ma'am.
Lovely to meet you.
So
can I
we've
help
just
ya?
been visiting actually to see if we could find a friend of ours, and it seems that he's not around. He seems to have gone missing.
Oh,
Mr. Lake.
yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Not anytime recently. Nope.
Yeah, about a month ago we're hearing when we've been looking around, which is kind of a shame. I mean, did you know him?
Yeah, he's gone missing. I only got hired on in the spring, so I didn't know him for very long. But he seemed like a nice fella. He seemed real nice.
Yeah, he was real nice, and it's a shame his wife saw it home alone, and the baby's getting closer to coming. So we've been trying to find him. I was wondering if you do you know anybody here who was particularly close with him in the faculty?
Oh, well, there's a few people. I know there's another professor who has worked here for a while. He's, I think in charge of watering. He's got a plant like a house plant. He's in charge of watering it.
Oh, okay. Who would that be? Maybe I can go and chat with them in a little while. We're concerned, you know.
Oh, of course. That would be Let me get the professor's name that I totally wrote down. Oh, you call me Edward, by the way. Edward.
Edward.
Feist. Yeah. And he gets you the name of the professor. Which I wrote it down. Where is
Okay.
my professor name? He's got a big beard.
Okay.
Professor-
Big Beard, okay.
Yes. I believe it's Professor Statler. Sadler.
Sadler.
I can't read.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, me.
Benjamin Sadler. He's
Benjamin Sadler.
He's a mineralogy.
Is he?
Mhm.
Fascinating. Well, we'll definitely go and speak with him if he's been looking after his plant. Maybe he knows a bit more about it, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. He might. I would hope so. He's just, been here for a little bit. He should be a
Any
student.
leads on the, I mean, it's tragic how many children have been going missing as well. I mean,
Yeah,
so
no,
many
I got a little
posters
cousin,
up.
and he wandered
You do?
off. Yeah, we don't know where he went. Wandered off, abducted.
oh,
Yeah, I've been
Abducted,
putting on
you
the
reckon?
posters. I don't know. It's very mysterious.
it is
But
quite
my
mysterious.
sister's all tore up about it.
I can imagine so. I mean,
I've been putting up posters, and he points to one
yeah,
of the
I mean,
posters.
that's good to see. It's the best way to try and get him seen, isn't it?
That's what I'm
hopefully-
thinking. Yep.
Hopefully they show up at some point soon. You know how it is. Kids can go missing all the time and
they
just
just-
come
you
back
know,
like it was nothing.
Some of them are prone to wandering, but not this many. This is not normal.
Yeah, it's a bit concerning, you know. I mean, maybe
Yep.
there's some coyotes out here or something.
Well, the coyotes, wolves, bears, you name it, there's all sorts of wildlife. Not many snakes. That's nice.
That's a relief for the children, I'm sure. Fair enough. Well, I will see you later, I guess. But thank you for this. And if you ever need any help with these posters and I'm around, I'm happy to help.
Oh, yeah, sure. If you could just hand me another couple push pins.
Yeah. He gets a
Sometimes
few
I like to
more
move them
for me.
around. Some people think they're new, but they're just.
That's a smart way of doing it. This is clearly why you're a professor.
Thank you. Oh, thanks. And also, I got the name wrong. It's Moss Milton. This is the Milton Moss. Is the name of
Milton Moss.
Milton Moss is the is the
Milton
name.
of the
It's-
plant person.
Yes, he's the one who waters the plants. Milton Moss.
Okay.
He teaches mineralogy, applied chemistry, and is vice president.
Ah, okay.
Been teaching here since '79.
Oh well, where would we find Mr. Moss, by the way? Just so we can go and have a
Oh,
word
he's
with
much more sociable than the president, so he's probably out and about talking to people, or he could be in his office, which is in the next building over. He did not want to be right next to the president's building office.
You know what?
so-
I've met the president, and I can tell you that I understand why he's in a different building then.
I'm new here and I declined to comment, but I see your point.
That's understandable. I'll do it for you. Well, that's fine. Well, thank you for this. I guess we'll make our way over to Mr. Milton Moss. I'm sure
Yeah.
Kitty, you may be able to have a great conversation with him, given a scientist to a scientist after
He's
all.
very
you know?
he's very chatty.
All right.
He's a practical chemist,
Oh.
Love
but
that.
likes to chat.
Alright.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much for your time.
Oh, sure. No problem. Thanks for helping with the pushpins.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
wonder.
I'll walk a bit of a distance with Kitty and just go, well, they were a bit of a dead end, but at least we got this Milton man's name.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if that's the same person who maybe took these files, or whether they were just someone watering the plants.
If they were watering the plants, maybe they noticed something off. I mean, if they've been doing it since he left, maybe they know how it was and
True.
if
Maybe.
it was disturbed.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, it's something. All right.
He's a mineralogist, though, which might be more of your sort of speed to talk to.
I'll give it a go. Yes.
I'm here to support you any way I can, Kitty. But you're the smart one. I'm sure you can get along with the vice president smart man than I can.
Sure. I think we're both smart in different ways.
Ah,
All right. Let's see. And we wander to where we need to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a problem. You were able to get, move throughout, catch up with Ryan, Mina, and you see people ask a couple students, and they point him out. He's outside talking, and you recognize it's the man who was talking to the two businessmen on a business trip.
Okay.
Ah! I bet those men on a business trip are our goons here.
Yeah, they're gonna be goons on a business trip for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. They're trying to buy land. Of course, they want the important land. Anyway.
Convenient.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. This gentleman was talking to those businessmen earlier. So.
The businessmen on a business trip.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, makes me start to wonder what kind of business they're doing. They definitely were in land acquisition. I wonder if they're actually rivals.
You know, if I was to pretend to be somebody and go on a business trip to somewhere like this, and it's probably a good cover, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, keep our eyes out for them, because they clearly got here first, and the office was disturbed. I don't want to make assumptions, but it does make you wonder.
It does, doesn't it? Maybe we can find out more about him a bit later. I'm sure we can have a good conversation with him. See what
He's just out there chatting to a couple students. He seems pretty like a pretty jovial guy.
Yeah.
Just walking along, and he goes and he lights up a cigarette and smoking it, and just seems to be enjoying the nice weather, just hanging out.
Head on over.
Same. I was like, oh, do you have a spare one of those?
Ryan and Mina as well.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, we've met up and talked.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Drag him along.
Oh, sure I do. Here you go.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. How can I help you? Are you new students here?
No, not currently, but you never know. I'm actually I'm a bit of a geologist myself. My father is a professor.
Wonderful, Professor. Maybe I've heard of them.
Professor Cartwright.
Professor
San Francisco.
Cartwright, San Francisco. I think I've read one or two of his papers. It's lovely to meet you. It's fantastic. He's instilled the love of minerals into his daughter. Lovely to meet you.
Yes.
I'm Milton Moss, Vice President. Nice to meet you all.
Lovely to meet you.
Anyone else care for a cigarette? All right.
I'm all right, thank you.
Of course. He'll like pull out a match and light one for you. Light it for you, Bucky. How can I help you all today? Are you looking to enroll in Colorado School of Mines?
Well, actually, we were looking for one of the professors, but he seems to have disappeared.
I see. Professor Lakes. Yes, how unfortunate. I'm sure he'll be back, though it's not the first time he's gone on an extended trip. I'm sure he'll come back with wild tales of fields of dinosaur bones that we can then uncover.
Yeah, hopefully. So he's gone missing a few times before?
Well, not missing, but, he's taken extended trips to do expeditions.
Right. I hear you've been helping to keep care of his office while he's been away, looking after his plants and things.
Yes,
That's
yes.
Nice.
He's got a lovely little fern, and we'd hate for it to perish, we'll say.
Do you two good friends?
Oh, I mean, I'm good friends with most of the professors here.
Oh, right. We actually popped by the office because we were looking for maybe any clues, I guess, as to where he might have gone.
Yes.
Yeah. You've been in there a little bit, helping him out. Have you noticed? Has anyone else been, I guess, looking around his office recently? Do you know about?
Well, I did. I took a couple lovely businessmen on a tour of the whole campus earlier. They were very interested in my smelter. I have a substantial smelter's row along Clear Creek with the Valley Smelter and the French Smelting Works, and they were very interested in hearing about that, making investments and whatnot, and they wanted to hear all about the School of Mines and what we do here, and so we,
and you took them to...
Well, I did have to water the plant, and it seemed convenient to, water the plant on the tour.
I see. They
Yes.
weren't particularly asking about Mr. Lakes or his
Well, they did ask a few
office,
questions.
just-
They heard rumors that he'd gone missing and seemed very concerned.
I see.
Did they?
I mean, just like you. Yes.
Well, of course.
Mm.
I wonder if well, maybe we should talk to them. Maybe we're on the same path in a way.
Oh, perhaps. Yes, it
did
was
they,
Mr. Denigan and Mr. Smith. Very, very nice, very charming businessmen.
Are those names the same names that we know of?
Yes, those are the two
Okay, just
businessmen on a
checking.
business trip that I got on the
Yeah, I
same
just didn't
train
know
as
if they
you.
were giving different names.
Nope. Same names.
Right. Oh yes. Do you know where they headed? Actually, since have they left?
Oh, yes, they left about 15, 20 minutes ago. We had a lovely conversation about, the smelting works afterwards. The
Is that
tour.
where they're heading? Do you know?
Oh, I think they went to go check into a hotel before it got dark.
Of course. Right. Well, maybe we'll find them and talk to them
Of
later
course,
then.
yes. They'll probably
Yeah,
be
we'll
back to
talk
the
to
School
them.
of Mines. The business meetings require multiple visits. And they said they'll be in Golden for a while.
I see. I mean, I don't mean to pry, but what are they doing business with the university?
Oh, not the university directly. The university doesn't have mines, but many of us professors do have investments in smelting works or mines ourselves. Like I've got the smelters and presidents associated with the French smelting works. So,
I see. What is the main thing that's mined here? I
Oh,
know that gold was
that's
a big thing.
wonderful
Is it-
question, young lady. Yes, gold. Silver is
still-
actually more prominent. They found gold first, but turns out there's actually more silver in the mountains locally. Also, certain heavy veins of lead and some other minerals like greenites. It's other things, but mostly silver, lead, some gold, and there's been other patches of minerals and whatnot.
Fantastic. I'm sure
Depends on the
that's,
mountain, really.
Yeah,
And
I'm
if
sure
you're doing
that's been-
river mining or deep in the mountains or hill mining.
Okay. Are those mines are owned privately, or you say that the university doesn't own the
The
mines?
university doesn't own any, but there are many mines, dozens of mines really, throughout the area. Yeah, probably actually close to 100 if I had to guess off the top of my head. A lot of mines, a lot of holes, a lot of caves, a lot of minerals
Right.
to dig. Dig.
course. So, I mean, I know it's a big town, but it must be hard to find enough workers if there's that many mines.
Oh, no, they're all spread out throughout the area. You've got the Silver Plume mines, you've got the Georgeville mines, you've got the
Oh, I
Crystal Creek
see.
mines, you've got, they're not all just around Golden.
In this area.
Yeah, but within,
Understood.
a couple hours, a train ride or two, it'll spread out, mining villages. I'm sure once the mines dried up, so will the towns, and they'll move on to the next train.
Yes, I guess so. Look to the others.
Yeah, so I mean, the place is a bit of a mess in there as well in his office. Has that been the case the whole time, or has somebody been a bit rough in there?
Oh, I didn't notice a mess when I went in, but I was more focused on watering the plant. Oh, and then I did have to take a leak. I came back and, the running water always gets me, even if it's in a little watering can. Oh,
Okay.
bladder
okay,
isn't what it
uh,
used to be. That's why I don't go
So-
out to the panning mines anymore. It
Yeah,
seems
I'm
like
sure,
every
I'm
45 minutes, gotta go. Oh, it's a lot.
as you do. So the
Should probably
place
see
is
a
pretty.
doctor about it.
Was it neat?
Hmm?
Was it quite
Yes.
orderly? Quite neat. When we went
Neat
there,
as
it was
usually
chaos.
is. Chaos, really? That does not sound like that. So I left it.
Absolutely.
No, not usually chaos. Unless you
And
have
the-
the description of what the president views as chaos in a paperclip out of place, and it's a disaster for him.
That makes sense. Well, and you said the last people you went in with was the two wonderful businessmen. Yes.
Oh, yes, Mr. Denning.
And you left them there while you went away, or?
They really liked the view out the window, so I said, you admire that view for a few minutes, I'm
Ah.
going to pop off and hit the head and come back.
I see. I understand that.
I
Well,
really had to
that's
go.
brilliant. Thank you. And
Yes.
yeah, if there's any other information you have, we'd love to hear it in regards to specifically Mr. Lakes and.
Oh,
nothing
and
else.
if I happen to dig up anything or find out something, I will let you know.
Well, yeah, you keep doing that, and I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you for
Oh,
the
you
cigarette.
as well, of course. Have a lovely day, and if you're interested in enrolling at the Colorado School of Mines, it's not too late, even if the president says so. We do accept late enrollment.
Now, I
And
originally
women.
thought they said.
And he looks
you
at
know,
me
this-
and Kitty.
I think my days of scrabbling in the dirt are over. I think.
Oh, we do have art classes. They're very nice. We've got a lot of.
I've heard about these art classes. Yes.
They're pretty nice. I mean, Lakes isn't teaching his right now, but we do have some people who've stepped up to fill in. Rather good at watercolors. That's very popular these days.
Okay, I'll consider it.
Chemistry.
Well,
We're one of the few colleges that allow women to enroll. I think it's very progressive of us, and I think women have great minds as well.
Indeed. Well, maybe once we finish with other business, maybe we'll consider it.
Do, please. Yes, I've got flyers in my office. I don't have any of on there. I've already passed them all out for today. But if you're interested, we'd love to have you enroll.
Right. I have a little question regarding that.
I love questions.
Well, I heard that, unfortunately, obviously, with you've had a few students, younger students, who aren't attending as much as they.
Yes, I'm
were.
wondering if something happened at home, or if they ran out of money, or if, us young people often fall on harder times. They're not as financially secure and whatnot.
Right. Of course. I mean, have you noticed, like, are these from, I don't know, from households that are hard up, maybe are running out of money or anything like that?
Well, I've unfortunately been too busy with my vice presidential duties and watering the plant to personally go to each and every one of those homes.
Of course, no. I was just curious if.
Shouldn't have looked at Tom when I said that.
No, I
just
didn't mean
love
to
this
imply.
single plant has taken up all his
So
time.
much time.
I have
Gotta go to the
water
bathroom
it.
every
you
time
know
you
you'll die
water
if you
it.
water it every day.
Listen, it's a beautiful fern.
It's a beautiful fern. You know how hard it is to keep a fern alive in Colorado?
Hopefully they'll soon return. And
Well, I hope
Was it-
so.
of course,
Young minds,
of
some
course.
brilliant minds in the making.
Indeed. Well, I suppose we should go and get dinner or something.
Yes,
I think we
yes.
should. We should
Oh,
get
yes.
dinner or something. I
Oh,
just
yes,
need to pop
I'm getting
back
rather
to the...
hungry myself as well. Dinner sounds wonderful. You will get dinner, I'll get dinner, and we'll all feed our minds. You have to feed your mind by feeding your body.
Just like you're feeding that fern.
Yes!
Speaking of, I might go and have another quick look at it before I go. It is quite brilliant plant. Brilliant plant.
Oh, yes, I could take you to look at it if you'd like. I did water it, but, it's definitely, the sunset behind it is rather nice view. The sun is starting to set.
Yeah, why not? Let's do that.
All right. We'll start walking towards Professor Lake's office.
Yeah.
Pull out a key, he fumbles his pocket, pulls out a key ring, he's got a bunch of keys. Not as many keys as the president's desk, but he's got, like, a bunch of keys. And
yeah.
he'll unlock the door and look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Beautiful fern.
Oh,
Look at this fern. So elegant.
so beautiful. Very furry fern.
Yes, it's got quite lush, the fern.
It is, isn't it? It is. Well,
It's rather
thank
impressive.
you for this.
Yes, of course, in the sunshine. Look at
Appreciate
the
it.
mountains. It's a very beautiful sight. And I almost got to this corner office and I said, no, I like the sunrise to start my day rather than the sunset. Lake's got it instead.
Yeah, and I think he will look out at the sunrise and what it's overlooking
Sunset.
as well.
The mountains. You're surrounded by
yes.
mountains. You're in a valley. It's a lovely sunset. Pretty colors in the sky as the sun
Well-
dips behind the mountains.
This has been
It's a
a
healthy
wonderful
fern.
time that I've shared with you in the
Such
fern,
a healthy
mister, but
fern.
I should get going now.
All right. Yes.
But
Do
yeah,
let me
seriously,
know.
was it this much of a mess before?
It does not look. Unless you guys left it a mess, it doesn't look
Yeah.
like a mess in here. You consider this a mess. Don't look at my office, young man, if you consider this a mess.
Oh, it's a trash heap in here.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, I suppose I can talk to Lakes about it, but please don't go to my office. We'll talk in the president's office.
All right, I won't.
Yes,
I'll
mine
leave
would be
your
a
office
disaster
alone,
by
I'll-
comparison. No more.
Whoa. Well, I'll see you later.
All right, yes, please do.
Okay. And he'll leave.
He'll be able to lock the office behind him.
Yeah, and he'll make his way outside and sort of finish the cigarette off very quickly.
Yep, not a problem. And then you guys are left alone as people are starting to. Things are closing down at sunset. People are starting to trickle out from the School of Mines and head home.
So
I'm
I
just
think we need to.
completely bemused by this school. They're all like
Yeah.
lead poisoned sucking weirdos.
Yeah, for sure.
That was an experience. I suddenly realized why I never went to college.
Well, I have to say, American academics are a lot more lively than English ones.
Yeah.
I have to put it out. They're not all like that.
Okay.
But there's always at least one in the universe.
Sure.
Always at least one.
Okay. That's a relief to hear. I think in some ways.
Yeah, it was a Professor Simmons in mine.
What was his deal?
He always had a cat.
Cat?
Many cats. I mean, you were in
no.
he was and they were all over the place while he was teaching.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible. I am horribly allergic.
Oh yeah, there were very few in there that were. So yeah. Anyway,
Well, I think at least we got one thing out of that.
Hmm.
Seems we
Yeah.
need to deal with businessmen on a business trip.
so we're gonna need to find out how many hotels there are in this place
And we
figure out
do.
which one they're going to.
We can always ask some of the locals walking around.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to ask a local if there's any place to sleep. You know, a hotel. They should
Yeah,
tell
or
us.
if
which
they've-
ones.
Seen our friends walking by, these two very distinct businessmen on a business trip that they are.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to keep it quiet that we're looking for them.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair
true.
enough.
They
Understand.
do seem to be one step ahead of us right now, so
Then we need to trip them.
well, you're right.
Metaphorically, I hope.
Oh yeah, of course.
Fuck, he doesn't
Um,
say anything.
That's great.
Okay, first things first. We find out which hotel they're at. I think that might be the first thing.
You reckon that they're the ones that you said there was some missing paperwork? We reckon they
I mean,
took
it
it,
all
right?
adds together. Unless you suspect that the wacky professor back there and taking them, but they had ample opportunity.
It sounds. I mean, from all he said, he left them alone in that room. There was no reason for them to go there at all.
Yeah, that view wasn't that good.
Hmm.
So yeah. So all right. Let's ask around, see how many hotels we've got to go searching for. I'm really hoping it's at ours.
That'd be
Yeah.
something, wouldn't it?
It'd be awfully nice.
Would.
Almost like some benevolent overlord of this place that could make things easy for us.
I mean, we were on the same train. Why not the same hotel?
Yeah, exactly.
Which
Um,
one were we at? Are we at the Overland or the Golden?
We're at
The Golden?
You're at
No,
the
we're
Astor
at
House
Astor
Hotel.
House.
Asta. Yeah.
Oh, that is not listed. Where is that listed?
It's
Looking at-
marked on the map with H, and then
Oh.
Anyway.
Anyway, sorry, I was just staring at the map.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go find out how many hotels there are. So I'm going to try and approach a person that I can see. And
Sure.
basically, terribly sorry to disrupt you, but
Yes.
I'm new in town, and I was hoping
Oh,
that you could direct me to a place where I could spend the night, a hotel.
there's several hotels you could stay the night at, sir. There's
Yeah.
about 5 town.
5, you say?
Mhm.
Wow, that is quite the selection. Why don't you tell me what they are, and I'll write them down, and I'll see which one takes
Oh
my
no, one of those
fancy.
actually burned down last year. I'm sorry, there's 4.
Okay, 4. Right. Okay.
There's the Astor House Hotel. That's probably the nicest one.
But the Astor House is the nicest. Okay.
Mhm. Yes. There's also the Burgess House.
Burgess.
The
House.
Golden House.
Golden House.
And there's like a mining hostel. You probably don't stay there though unless you're a miner.
A mining hostel. Yeah, that's probably not something that I would like.
It's not the cleanest.
Yeah. And that's it. Wonderful. Are these all pretty easy to get to? I mean, just.
Oh yeah, they're all relatively close.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. You've been most
Of
helpful.
course, yeah.
And I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna go to the others and go. Well, I think we got 3. Well, realistically, I'd say 2. I don't think they're gonna stay at a hostel.
Right.
So we have the Burgess and the Burgess House Hotel or the Golden House Hotel. And we can always check our hotel when we retreat back there for the thing. So I think maybe if we split up 2 teams, we check out each hotel just to confirm where they are, and then meet up back at ours.
Certainly.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Who would like to come with me?
I'll go with you, Ryan.
All right.
Sure.
Okay, let us take. You know what? Why don't we take the Golden, Miss Staunton?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Burgess it is.
Burgess it is.
We'll
See you soon.
meet in the bar of the Astor at the end of the day.
All right.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Be careful.
You too.
Split
Right.
the party.
Split the party. Nothing has ever gone wrong when you split the party.
I love it when people split the party. It brings me true joy. I think it's fun. I also love to split the party when I'm in a party. 'Cause, you get to cover more ground. It's fine. It's fine. It's
It
not
makes
always bad.
sense.
People say never split the party. I say always. Well, not always. Often split the party. Just do it. Don't be
Yeah.
cowards. Just do it.
What could go
Um,
wrong?
We could go. So many things could go right. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. They always ask the question, what could go wrong?
They
They
never
don't
ask
ask the
what could go
question,
right.
what could go right.
They don't. They don't. It's rather unfortunate. But yes. So we'll follow. I'll flip a coin because it's funny because you two are like separated on the overlay, so we can just be like left side or right side. So I'm just gonna roll a d2. Right side is even, left side is odd. We're gonna follow Ryan and Mina to
Cool.
the Golden House. You get there and you see a ancient old woman behind the counter. Like, her skin looks like it's made of leather, and her hair is severely swept up into a large bun, and she's got like an apron on. Ah! You wanna check in?
Good afternoon. Mina's gonna go up and.
It's evening.
Sorry.
It's evening. She points out
So
at
evening.
the setting sun.
Sorry.
Yes,
Yes.
young
evening.
people and their manners.
Oh, she called
Mina
you
pauses
young.
for a moment. She's like, I haven't been called young in quite some time, thank you. I actually was wondering if
But if you're not young, that makes me old.
of course, and you are not, of course.
No.
Mina's like, oh fuck. Oh, shit, this is
I love
crumbling.
it already.
Anyway, my friend and I, we met a
Speak
couple of
up.
gentlemen. My friend and I
Yes.
met a couple of gentlemen on the train here.
Oh,
and
my.
we lost friends.
I'm sure.
We lost contact with them as they entered the city, and we
Men
were
will do
wondering-
that to you, sweetheart.
Yes. I was wondering if they checked in.
You should
here
go
or
with
if
the
you'd
one
seen-
that stayed with you.
Mina looks back over her shoulder at Ryan. I'm wondering if you've seen them, if they've checked in at this hotel or inquired here. And she'll describe
Huh?
the two and
They
give the
sound
names.
like young men. We have lots of young men staying here. Give
Any by the name
names?
of
Yes, Ashley Dennigan and
That's the one.
James Smith. Oh, that would be client information. I don't know if I'm at liberty to tell you the clientele who stays here.
Of course, and I would never want you to betray the trust of your
Mm.
clientele. I'm just gonna give her like a little but.
I see. And you said you met these men on a did they break your heart?
Okay, can Rena suss up if she says yes? Is that gonna be likely to get
That
her?
will be a psychology check.
Come on, it's gotta be a yes. You've gotta say yes.
Hang on, no, I'm gonna do a quick see if I can read real quick. Oh no,
You don't know for sure.
yeah,
You can infer whatever you want, but you don't have a definitive
yeah.
yes.
Mm.
Just gotta look behind. Ryan's going.
Rena is dying internally, by the way. She's fucking dead.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
And she's gonna sigh and look off to the side quite dramatically. Well, with these things, it's difficult.
Huh?
It's difficult. It's hard. With these things, with these matters of the heart, it's hard to speak about.
Mm. So they did break your heart.
And she's not gonna say yes, but
Uh-huh.
she's gonna do the
Well-
Hang on. Can Ryan go next to her? Just stand next to her and go, "It's okay," and just offer like a shoulder to cry on.
Well, they say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Ryan, you can give me that persuade check. And I'll give
Okay.
you a plus 10 bonus for Mina's acting skills here. The inference of the situation. That would be a 75. Do you want to push it?
push it.
I think we gotta push it.
We gotta
I
do
think
it,
I've
we
gotta
gotta do
push
Okay,
it.
so you'd want to get half of 75, so 37.
It's fate. It's fate.
That is on the dot what you needed. And she goes, yes, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Well, you should... Dearie, you should not be trapsizing around with 3 gentlemen at once. I know we all have our wild, youthful times, but you know what I mean? I hope you've learned your lesson, and I hope they are going to learn their lesson. Let me look through my logbook. What were their names again?
Denigan and Smith.
What?
Denigan and Smith.
Daniken.
They would have arrived today.
Oh,
To
today. And she
narrow it down.
do have a Smith. You've got a Peter Smith, is that?
That's not right.
Smith is a very common last name.
What
No
about
Denigans.
Danigan?
No Denigans.
It's okay, Miss Dunn. They're not here. They're not here.
Okay. Thank
It's
you.
okay. I told you that they weren't good enough for you.
She's gonna pull her hanky out and just be mop her eyes.
I
No
wish
tears.
you luck, darling. If you do need a place to stay that they're not staying at, I've got rooms.
I'm going to take a walk and maybe I'll be back.
Okay. Good for the digestion.
Yes.
Hmm.
Turn around.
Yeah. and Ryan will extend his arm for her to run and we'll just go out. He goes, I like that woman.
I'm struck somewhat by how forward Americans are.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's no... it depends on who it is, of course, but I suppose we're much more... get to the point kind of thing. I mean, when I proposed to my dear wife, it was... Well, I say it was straight to the point. I did and ah about it for about 6 months. But when I finally got to the point, I just blurted it out.
You just said it.
I just said it, because if I didn't just say it, I was never going to say it.
There's no special dinner occasion.
No. It was just... I think I literally came home from the university, sat down, and I just said it.
Freshly home from work.
Yeah. Yeah. Possibly not the most romantic of ways to
It's
do it.
not, but it seems to be working for you.
Seems to be.
And
Right.
then we're gonna check in on hopefully what's working for Mr. Boone and Miss Cartwright, our two single Pringles over here, young and not in love. And we're gonna have them check out the Burgess House Hotel.
Not yet.
Yeah, oh. And Kitty and Bucky, you guys head to the Burgess House Hotel.
Burgess.
And let's see. That up.
Mr. Boone, if we see
Yes.
that a sign-in book, I wonder if we might be able to just get a glimpse at it, see if they signed in, rather than having to ask specifically.
Sounds like a good idea to me, Kitty. Let's try and do that then.
Yeah. All right. And she has a moment and then loops her arm in his as
Yeah.
if they're like young newlyweds.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, okay, let's do this. Oh,
All right, am I a Cartwright or are you a Boone?
oh goodness. Yeah, I suppose.
I'll tell you what, I'll be a Cartwright. That's fine by me.
Right. She's not very good at lying, so she goes very bright red straight away, and then walks in. But hopefully it'll play into the like, newlyweds.
You walk in, and there is a young couple behind the counter. A woman is like got a baby on her hip, and they seem to be having a quiet argument. You would assume, based
Okay.
on like the. You can't
right.
hear anything, and as soon as the door opens, turns, lady pleasantly smiles, turns back to her husband, gives him a look, and then like goes off into the back.
Wow.
He's
It's
like-
like that stare look that is
And
like,
he's like,
we're gonna deal with this later.
Hello, how can I help you, young, lovely couple today?
Um,
And he sees like Kitty's face
Yeah,
turning
it's-
all red.
it's okay.
Newlyweds?
don't-
Honeymoon?
Yeah, just about. I think. I mean, it was a wonderful ceremony, but we've been looking for somewhere good to stay in this town. You know, we've been.
Oh,
on our
well,
way through-
welcome to the Burgess house. We would be happy to host you here. Would you like to have a room? How long would you be staying?
Quite
What-
potentially.
do you think maybe could I'm very picky. Could I maybe
Most smart, discerning women are.
That's how they pick me.
maybe I could have a look at a room just to see. I know there's a lot of
Of
competition
course.
here.
Yes, no, we do have a few other hotels, and we're honored that you would pick the Burgess house. Please, if you could follow me upstairs, we've got our rooms up there.
Sure.
Would you like a standard room? We have a nicer room. We call it the honeymoon suite.
Well, you go and do the tour, darling.
Yeah,
I'm
he
happy to
doesn't-
stay here, and I
Yeah.
can wait.
I won't be a moment. Can I just have a quick look at the honeymoon suite?
And he looks a little.
Why am I being deceptive? What am I doing?
Well, don't be too long. I'll miss you.
yeah.
And you see him stiffen up a little bit. He goes, "Let me get my wife to show you the honeymoon suite, darling."
Oh yeah. Oh, of course.
And
She
you,
seemed
you two
awfully
can
busy.
make me psychology checks if you want.
Yeah, sure can. Sure can.
Oh God. Come.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Bucky, this
No.
with your
The only
extreme
one I've got today.
success,
Let's go.
you figured out what their argument was about.
Ooh.
The look on his face told you everything you needed to know as soon as you offered for Kitty to go up alone to a room with him to show him the suite. There was an argument maybe about him being off alone with women, showing them rooms or something, or maybe some
Okay.
suspicions of infidelity, and so he is not going to be alone with Kitty in any way, shape, or form. That is not what he's gonna. He is like,
That's fine.
I do not want to be even more in the hot fire than I am right now. So you figured out the argument.
Wait. So I don't.
You don't pick it up.
No,
You-
but like.
you pick up
but
that he had like a shift, but you're not sure what is. Bucky, you know exactly
I think
that this
I
was
think
the
he will
argument,
just
and that he's
he'll
trying to
sort
avoid
of-
hot water.
I think you'll walk over and sort of lean in as if just to quickly, chatter privately as sometimes
Yeah.
people do. And he'll whisper it in her ear, just like, they've been having an argument because I think he's been taking a lot of women up there to show him rooms.
Oh. Right. Should you go up or should no? I'll. You sneak a look in the book then, and I'll. Maybe I can help comfort the wife a little bit.
Maybe.
Uh.
Good luck.
Right. Or is he gonna just hang around? Are you gonna even be able to look in the book if he stays down here though?
I'll figure something out, I'm sure.
All right. Okay.
And if I don't, we'll just try something different.
Sure.
Vanessa, sweetheart, and she comes up and she's got the baby and she's like, You're like, this young lady would like to see the honeymoon suite. I was hoping you could show it to her. She's like, and she has a look on her face that says, you did not choose poorly. And when she hands him the baby, and she goes, come with me, darling. I would love
Thank
to
you.
show you our honeymoon suite.
Thank you very much. I'm so sorry to take you away from your
Oh,
baby.
no, it's
but I'd love
fine.
to see your place.
Yes, please. We have wonderful rooms here, and she'll usher you up the stairs, and you can tell she's got something.
glance back of what am I doing? As she disappears.
Yeah.
And he's holding the
I think-
baby. Yep.
Seems like there's a bit of hot water going on there. Is everything okay, mister?
Everything's great, fine. Just a bit.
Been,
Yeah.
it seems quite
No.
tense. I mean,
Yeah, it's just, women get ideas sometimes about things.
I get that. I tell you what, I mean, you look mighty tired,
Just
mister,
feeling a little
and I can
insecure
understand.
lately, so, not that I said that.
that's-
I did not. She asked it.
No, of course you didn't. That makes sense. Wonderful little baby you got there
Oh,
as well.
thank you.
Guessing you don't
Yes.
get much time to rest or
Not as much as I'd like lately, although my wife would probably say I get too much time.
yeah, well, I'll
He
tell you what, if
bounces
you,
the baby. And the baby seems like just chill, happy, carefree. Just
Yeah,
like,
that's fine. Well, I tell you what, I mean,
It's
if-
dressed in pink, so it's a boy.
I tell you what, if you want to have a quick, I've got a bit of some good stuff on me in regards to some good booze. If you want to walk in the back room, have a quick swig, enjoy yourself for a minute while the lady's away, I understand. It might take the edge off of it before you get
Give
back
me a
into it.
charm or a persuade.
Sure. God, I will spend 5 luck.
You'll
I'm
spend
not
5
far.
luck. Okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
been one of those days.
Yeah, sure. He goes, okay, yeah, but just cough real loudly if you hear them coming back down the stairs. Okay.
Will do. You take your time. I'll cough real loudly, and by all means, this is one of the presents for my wedding, but at the same time, I have a whole bottle back home, so don't worry about it. Here you go. And he gives him like a
Thank
little
you,
hip flask.
kind sir. And he will
No
take...
problem. You dip around there, and I'll
Yeah, he
I'll
will-
get a real bad chest.
Yep, and he dips around the corner with the baby. He also dips the baby's binky in it and gives it to them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I think he's immediately upon them going, just gonna be like, right, guest book. Check
Yeah,
for the
and
names.
because there's no one there, it is not hard to... It's right there on the table. It's closed, so you're able to flip to the current day, and you do see a Mr. Denigan and a Mr. Smith.
Can I get their room number?
You can. Their room is... It's on the second floor. It's only 2-story in, right? Yeah, it's only 2-story in.
Yeah.
The room is 204. They're sharing a room.
Okay. Room 204. Sharing a room, okay. And just to confirm again for my own sake, what's the name of this hotel?
The Burgess Hotel.
Burgess, yeah. Thank you. And I think he'll then close it, and we'll wait until Kitty is back from checking out the honeymoon suite, which is no doubt not to their liking,
Yeah, so we get upstairs and Vanessa is showing Kitty. So this is the room, our honeymoon suite. We have cotton bed sheets of a good thread counts. The window faces east, so you get the sun. We've got the wash basin, which we do provide water for every day, and she's giving you like the whole thing. We've got the curtains around the bed, so you can out bugs. Not that there are many this time of year, but in the summer it does get, flies and whatnot. So how long have you known your husband? I hope the wedding was lovely. And there is like no actual emotion or interest behind it. She is just like trying to show off the room, and she does not care.
Kitty is counting the seconds in her head of like, how long do I need to stay up here, and how do I get out of this and not try to not be polite and want the room when she can't afford it and doesn't want it, and is like, how do I tell this nice woman that I don't want the room? So and she's not an actor, and she's like, it's lovely, it's delightful, it's there's yeah, well, I mean, I think we might go for is it, what time is it right now?
It's sunset. Like the sun is
Yeah,
actively
we
setting.
might-
It is evening time.
Right. My new husband is very picky, and so I don't.
Mine's not.
Oh. Well, you have a delightful hotel business and
Thank you.
a lovely little baby. So
Yes, the baby is quite cute. It is a boy.
pity.
Yes.
Oh,
I just hope he doesn't take after his father.
of course. Oh well. I probably should get back down. And I
Are you interested in the room?
well.
Lovely east-facing morning sunlight.
Oh, well, we
Cotton
like
sheets,
to sleep
wash
in. That might
basin.
wake us.
Oh.
I'm not certain. I think we'll... let me go discuss it with my husband. We'll come back if we would
Yes,
like.
yes. Communication is very important in a marriage. You should discuss it with your husband.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to dictate. Well, should we head back down? I don't want to take all of
Yes.
your day.
No, you're fine. And, well, you walk me back down the stairs. Comes around the corner.
Well, darling, shall we,
Oh,
there's an
welcome back,
east-facing
my
window,
love.
so it would wake us up, and we should talk about it. Should we go for dinner and maybe discuss?
Yeah, I get that. The east is quite an ominous direction for the sun to come up. I mean, we'll have a think about it, I'm sure, but we'll have a look and
Sure.
see what else we can do. Well, thank you, Mister. By the way, I'm very happy to have had such a conversation with you. You know, you gave me
Oh,
some
sure,
real,
yes. Yep.
some real good advice about a happy marriage, and you know, I'm glad you've been learning from yours.
Yep. So happy to help. He glances
All
at
right,
his wife.
you know, I can only hope that mine and my wife's marriage is as wonderful as yours, and your wife says that you've told me all about.
He's like, and she's just an eyebrow raise. Yeah, have a wonderful day, sir. Thank you for stopping by the Burgess. We hope you consider us in the future.
Yeah, definitely will. Might be even back later, and
Yeah, please do.
Happy for you to have been so lucky. Bye, little
Thank
one.
you.
He says that he gets so good. My love, he says he's on opposite arm again.
Yes, let's go for dinner.
Can you
Goodbye.
two give me listen
Bye.
checks as you leave?
Happily.
Yeah. Was didn't say, but in theory, we'd be looking for whether or not the businessmen were obvious. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm listening real good.
You hear as you leave, Kitty, is that alcohol on your breath? I leave for 2 minutes and you resort to drinking? Yeah, that's what you hear on your way out,
I
Kitty.
just like I'm pulling him along at this point. Like I'm just like we gotta get. I want out. This was a bad idea. Why did I want to pretend to be someone
Yeah.
I'm not? What the fuck
think-
was I thinking? Yeah.
I think on the way out, as you're pulling him away as well, he will just be like, "You did brilliant back there, by the way."
That was I never want to do that again. That was awful. She is not
okay.
happy with him.
Nah.
And he's been drinking, and she is.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think even if we were a couple, I don't think I'd want to stay in a hotel like that because the tension was palpable.
Yeah, that place is below you.
Right. Goodness. Anyway, did you manage to take a look? I sorry, I
Certainly
didn't
did.
even know if I gave you
You-
enough time. Oh, you
You
did.
gave me more than enough time. This is my first time doing this sort of thing. I managed to get the names and the room number as well. They are there. And they're
there.
staying in room 204, I believe is what I remember.
All right. Okay. Well, Did I see like would I know where 204
It's not huge.
is?
It was across the hall. Like the odd numbers were on the east side and the even numbers were on the west side. So it is like opposite side of the hallway, a couple doors down. Yeah, you would assume
Right.
where the room is.
I think I know where that was. All right. Okay, that's
your
good
insider
to know. We should let the
knowledge.
others know and be careful because we don't know where they are. So
Yeah,
keeping
we
our
should.
eyes peeled quite a lot around
Sure.
this hotel now that
Yeah.
we know that they're around and
Mhm.
heading off,
Heading
trying to
back
keep a low
towards-
profile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You can give me spot hidden checks if you'd like.
Sure, yeah. I think. Constant. Oh no. Okay. She's too flustered.
Not success.
Oh, okay.
You do not spot anyone. Okay, Bucky.
Mhm.
Not around the hotel. You don't spot your two businessmen on the business trip.
Okay. We'll get going. That's fine.
You get going,
Go
and you
back to our
guys meet
hotel.
back
Yeah,
up
we'll
at
head
the
back to the
Astor
others.
House Hotel, where there is dinner being served, so you don't have to leave to find a different restaurant. There is food that is provided.
And yeah, I'll look for the others and gather.
Mm-hmm. Let's get back around the same time.
It's
Whoa.
Any
good to
luck?
see you both again. You know what? I must say, Katie has some great abilities of acting. We managed to get enough time to get the names from the book and even a room number. He says as he just
Uh-oh.
puts paper down with the room number on it. It's our
Oh.
lucky
Kitty
number in
still
the
looks
Burgess
kind of
Hotel.
wide-eyed and in shock.
Traumatized.
Yes, slightly.
Well, that's good news because
Yeah,
I never
well
want to
done.
step foot in the Golden Hotel ever again.
Oh. Why, what's
I don't
going
know
on?
what
Are
you-
they drinking and having affairs as well?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay, well at
But
least it's not a
poor
thing.
Miss Staunton got her heart broken twice.
What? Who did that to you?
Mina is like, she's looking down. The proprietress of the Golden Hotel thinks that I have a track record with young men breaking
do
my
ya?
heart. No!
Okay, just checking.
She looks like genuinely mortified.
And as you're looking genuinely mortified, that's when Mr. Cartwright comes down to join you all at dinner.
Hell yeah. You know, I think this moment calls for a bottle of wine. Okay.
I think it does, yeah. I think it really does.
Do you
We
order
should-
wine?
Yeah.
You find out that this is a dry establishment.
God.
Because he is the deacon of the Baptist Church. He's a temperance man, which means no alcohol served on premises.
Oh,
So
man.
you can go out to a bar,
I
but you
wanna
can't
go-
bring it
Can
back
we go out
here.
to a restaurant?
You can
Yeah,
go to a
just
restaurant.
somewhere.
I want
Yeah.
to go out to a restaurant.
Let's go to a restaurant, yeah.
Yeah.
You know
it's-
what? How about this? Call it half
I
an
knew,
hour.
I knew when I
We
read
meet
that, I
back
was like,
down
they're gonna
here.
be like, absolutely not.
We
Yeah, let's
meet
do
back
that.
down here, and we all go out to a nice restaurant. And
Sure, I
You
think
know,
there's plenty of them.
Sounds
What
good.
kind of food would you like? They have not as much Chinese food as further out west as you're used to, but they do have a
Mhm.
Chinese restaurant. They've got
Okay.
your American classics. They have a steakhouse. They have quicker to go foods of like stews and
no, I
rolls.
want a proper meal. I want to sit down.
Mm-hmm. So
an
probably more like
Yeah, we've been like rushing through train stops for
So,
the
forever
steakhouse?
and things.
Settle
nice,
down.
nice sit down dinner at the steakhouse.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, they're
Brian's
proper
going to
sit-down.
go
Golden
up to his room and
steaks.
change for dinner. He's
Yeah,
going to go change
same.
for dinner.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Go get washed up and tidied up.
No problem. You get washed up, changed for dinner, and you meet at the Golden Steaks
Wonderful.
for dinner. You are
Alright.
they have a lot of steaks. They have cow steak, antelope steak, bison steak, and a lot of different sides: mashed potatoes, salads, vegetables, soup. It's like 3 courses. You get like your soup and salad. You get your thing, and then like a dessert is like a berry tart.
Nice.
Okay. I'll have whatever the special, whatever's
Sure thing.
recommended to
Whatever's
me.
going.
I'm not really fussy, that thing.
And
And a
a
nice
steak.
Has this got a bottle of wine? That is very important.
They do
'cause
have
if
wine.
it's
Yes,
not,
they
we're going
they
to a
have
bar.
they have wine
Thank
and,
God.
and beer and liquor here. The beer is Coors beer. It's bottled, which
Okay.
is very exciting.
Mm.
They also have it on tap, but bottled is.
It's a
thing.
novelty.
They do serve Coors beer here. Probably deal with the brewery.
So,
Well, isn't this nice?
sorry, so you found them, huh? And he's just going to be eaten and as a chance.
Yeah, they seem to be staying at the Burgess.
Okay.
But I mean, we didn't see them there. We just Mr. Boone had a look in the books, spotted them there.
Okay.
I was gonna say though, I don't know if they have or not. Maybe we're lucky and they haven't, but if they are who we think they are, then it's likely they've also been looking into us, and it's likely they've also got some plans around us. These kind of people don't play fair.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really had much experience with this kind of thing. I really haven't got a clue how we're gonna get in the room. I mean, I suppose we could ask, but I don't think that would really. It's a little different trying to get into someone's office than to get into someone's private room, you know? Any suggestions would be great.
Because
Well,
we could just speak to them.
the men.
Good.
Yes, not so much confronting them, but be like, "Oh, gentlemen from the train, hello, what brings you to Colorado?" And then try to get the information from them that way.
You'd have to have a sweet tongue to do that.
Did anyone have a good conversation while we were on the train with them? I feel like
Yeah,
I
I
saw a
had
few
a-
people talking with them. I didn't really.
Didn't they join us
Sit-
for like a card game once?
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah, we had a nice
Yeah.
conversation, me and them, and we invited them to a card game where
Oh.
that little girl completely, won everybody.
Oh my god, I
That she
remember
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand you blocking that from your mind. It's okay.
yeah. I'm only remembering when I won.
Yeah, it's true. So we do
That-
have an acquaintance with them. My only
Did-
thought is that back
Hmm.
then maybe they didn't know what we were after.
Well, I can't
Yeah.
remember. Did anyone mention why we were heading where we were heading to them?
I
Have we
believe so.
already told them?
No, I don't think so. But if they are who we think they could potentially be, they probably already know.
They probably do.
Yes.
And
And it definitely feels like they do now. Like if we saw them talking at the university, they most likely spotted us too.
You know, why exactly were we worried about them finding out about us looking for Mr. Lakes? I mean, I know at the
It-
end of it, there's a discovery and what have you, but why else?
I kind of want to keep them in ignorance. To think that we're ignorant to them gives it a bit of an advantage.
Well,
That
the other
way
matter
we-
was as well the telegram that Mr. Jones received saying that
Mhm.
Cope's men are in the area and that they are potentially dangerous.
Yeah.
So if they are agents of Cope, then they could pose a danger.
They could do. They could do.
Which is why I wanted to try and see if we could get it quietly without them even figuring out we know who they are.
I get the feeling if they're as dangerous as they are, they may find out that we do.
Hmm.
If they're professionals, I mean. And if we get into a sticky situation with them, if they're as dangerous as we say they are, your better bet isn't to fight against them, but to use them.
How so?
Well, we're both looking for the same thing, right? And he's gone missing. He's hard to find. There's a lot of different clues and things that we found. Some that they have. Perhaps we put our heads together, we find them, and then we deal with them later. If
I
we're
see.
found. If we're not, we can keep them away from us. That's preferable.
Oh, it definitely seems like we're all heading in the same sort of direction.
And I don't
we-
like it.
It didn't say anything in the books about how long they were planning to stay, did it? They seem to be one step ahead of us so far, and I'm wondering whether they're gonna start heading west.
Hmm.
I don't think it said anything in the book about nights. I mean, I'll throw my mind back. Does it say anything about how many nights?
No, sometimes, a lot of times people just paid daily, like, oh, are you gonna stay
Yeah.
here tonight
Yeah.
again? You know, yeah. Some
Well,
people
I mean-
did book out like for like a week in advance. But in these western towns, especially, as you would be familiar with coming from California, if you were back in New York, you'd probably have to have more definite dates in the books. But here, Midwest to
Well,
West, it's a little less, strict. And if there's not
Unfortunately,
like someone scheduled in and they have space, they'll just kind of do it on a nightly basis.
Makes sense. There is no amount of nights listed, so they could be here one night. They could have already gone. They could be here for 5, or as far as we know.
What would be a good idea is to figure out when the next train is leaving to Colorado Springs, because that's the most direct way to it.
That could be a good way to do it.
To
Give
Idaho
us
Springs
a
or
time scale?
I think Idaho. Yeah,
Sorry, Idaho Springs. Sorry, yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
maybe we have a look at that.
Yeah, because if there's not many trains, I expect we'll be on the same one.
Just out of curiosity, how well watched was that hotel?
We were looking around a bit to try and see that,
I
like,
didn't see it. Just normal people passing by. It didn't seem to be under surveillance or anything.
What I'm saying is, if one of us was like super quiet, could we
I mean,
get in unnoticed?
the couple running it are certainly going through troubles. I mean, you could possibly distract them, or if necessary, but a less sneaky way, I suppose, would be
The
to
problem
use
is,
that.
I only know one way to get into a door, and it's not quiet.
Well, exactly. I have to say that considering the conversation that you had at your hotel, if we really needed to get into their room, you could try that same ploy and use the fact that they've had an affair. I think the wife would absolutely let you in the
that'd be
room
good.
to find some evidence of an affair, because
Yeah.
she is already very upset with her husband, and so if you use that information against them, but it would
Yeah.
be a very obvious someone going into their room. That might not be the smart thing, but it would be a way to maybe get a look at the information.
And Mr. Cartwright is like midway cutting through sticks and looks at Miss Staunton and goes, he wasn't there for that first half of the conversation.
Her head is in her hands.
Goes,
Sorry, I
what's
know
this about
it's
an
difficult,
affair?
but it's a thought.
I mean,
Miss Staunton, is some
It's a
gentleman
great thought,
harassing
kid.
you?
She just no. He's not. Nobody. It's fine.
No,
See,
Miss
that's
Staunton,
the
if someone is
activity to play.
harassing you, then we'd be remiss to not stand up and do something.
No, it's very kind of you, but no. It was a ruse to speak
Oh!
to.
I'm sorry.
psychopath.
I must have missed that part of the conversation.
No, it's terribly
terribly
embarrassing.
sorry. Oh, no.
No.
Sometimes you need a good ruse to get into a place, and he just very busily goes, cuts his potatoes.
I mean, I think the idea of it's a good way to get into the room and have a look around. You don't need to necessarily move too much around in there. It's just making sure we time it when they're not there.
yeah.
Right.
And to be honest, if we don't even need to take the items, if we can make notes of the notes, then
Mhm.
they wouldn't have to know necessarily that the notes have even gone.
Yeah. let's
Indeed.
We would just have a copy.
It's just one small problem. I'm not exactly inconspicuous, and I'm not exactly built for that kind of deception, subterfuge, intrigue.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I'm sure we could find some ways to help you with that.
I mean, for the sake of finding Arthur, I'll do it.
Well,
She takes a huge swig of wine.
that's it. Get your confidence in you. That sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, if you do that, I mean, if I'm there, I know what to look for, so I'll
Exactly.
be pretty quick to find it. Maybe.
You could maybe
If
be
this
like,
works.
I mean, to be honest, it could.
No, apparently I'm one of her partners.
Oh, but
Head
not in
back
this
in
hotel.
hands.
In this hotel, you could be your brother, I guess.
Oh, in this one.
If Mrs. Staunton really doesn't want to do this, I suppose there could be an accusation that they are having an affair with someone's wife, and looking at the two guys or the other guys going. So if one of you feels more confident about going into the room, maybe that is a approach. It might not work as well with the wife, I suppose.
You want
but
me to pretend that they're having an affair with my wife? So
I'm
then
just
that's the
saying that
excuse.
that is
All
another
right.
option. It doesn't all have
It
to
is
be
another
on Miss
option.
Staunton.
It could work.
Again.
but
yeah.
I don't know whether it would appeal quite in the same way.
Yeah, she seems
Um,
to have a whole hatred of men right
well,
now, which is fair if he's been playing around.
But unfortunately, I'm already a newlywed in their eyes, so I don't. I can't do it. Thank you. She goes
Appreciate it,
bright
man.
red again.
Your auntie.
And
would
your
be so
dad
proud.
looks over with his 100 psychology that he rolled, and it's like,
Doesn't-
is she in love? And he looks
Oh,
at Bucky, and
Daddy.
it's a bit of an approving nod.
Oh no.
If it
Oh,
helps,
dear.
I took her name.
He just nods, and he doesn't say anything. You just notice him slightly nodding to himself, cutting his stick, like, okay.
He's been with dinosaurs 5 years. Bless him.
Yeah.
Yep, he
Look,
has.
he
doesn't
crit
know
failed.
what's
He
going
The
on.
world
fumbled
has
the
changed
shit
so
out of
much.
that psychology roll, and it's like, my
Yeah.
daughter has finally found someone. I'm not gonna
How
say
very
anything and
modern
mess
of him.
this up. Well, she's practically a spinster. If she gets anybody at this point, he's gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so mean.
That's just how mean she is.
Literally
It's so cruel.
anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone will do.
She's a spinster. I don't think you guys understand.
It's the worst thing a woman could be back then, dude.
It's awful.
Basically, a witch, a hag in the woods at this
Yeah,
point.
they
Yeah.
would burned her by now. It was
Yes.
200 years ago.
Basically, yeah.
Oh dear.
So,
No, I think
yeah.
we're
She's
correct.
interested in somebody. He's excited.
I think we're correct with the assumption that it should be a woman if we are to gain entrance to their room via deception. Which means I'll do it. I'm the only one able to.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we can support you in any way we can.
I mean, I'll be there right with you.
Right.
And,
Are you going to be a brother? A other fling?
I can be whatever you want.
Should probably
I
be
think
a brother.
might be
Yes.
probably make
Brother,
more
yes,
sense.
yes.
Yeah, maybe
Younger
will. You
brother.
charging
A
in to
younger
confront
brother.
your cheating husband with your
Yes,
younger
yeah,
man
It's
is
about
that's-
the family honor
Mm.
and
Oh, I think they'll love that.
yeah. Okay.
I mean, Kitty, we could wait outside, make sure it goes okay. Keep an eye out and an ear out.
I think I would like to be a little close at hand because this
Yeah.
it could go badly. Who knows? I mean, they might even. We need to be honest. We actually do need to look because we don't want them in the room when this all happens.
We
So
need
we
to make
need-
sure they're outside.
We need to. So maybe one or some of us, or not one, but should keep an eye on them or keep them occupied somehow or
Happy to.
follow them. So I don't really know, but well, yes, we should make sure
think-
they're nowhere near.
I think what we can do is for tonight, we have a lovely meal, have a good night's sleep. In the morning, we can go check to see the train schedule for Idaho Springs. I'm sure
Sounds-
Mr. Jones will love to do that.
I'm
We'll
sure
have
he
Well,
will.
they've
someone
been in the library
watching-
all day. They should.
yeah. We'll have someone watching the hotel to see if the two gentlemen come out. That will give us the indication that we can go, and then once that happens, we can go in.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right.
But for now, let's just enjoy a meal.
And as you all enjoy your meal, that is what we're gonna call today's episode.
Okay.
Yay. Wonderful. We're gonna go around. We're gonna say who we are. We're gonna find you and your highlights, your favorite moments from tonight's game. We will start with Mr. Hawks. Ryan, how was tonight for you?
Oh. It was just delightful. I always get a wonderful sense of your NPCs. They're so good. They're just absolutely wonderful. It's hard to choose. My favorite part tonight is your NPCs, but it's hard to choose which one. I mean, I really liked the one when talking to Susie. The old woman, just like the whole scandalous thing. That was just Yeah, that's got to be my favorite. It's just so funny, and the constant little kind of speak up kind of little things in there as well. Oh, it just made me laugh. It was wonderful.
Happy to provide a laugh, Tom. Someone who always makes me laugh, especially with her expressions, because I also have no poker face. Miss Mina Staunton. Susie, how is tonight for you?
Oh god, it was great. It was great. I love these sort of like poking around, investigation, asking lots of questions, being confronted by how gross history was.
Yeah.
I say that, but like Mina was probably married around that age too, so
Yeah.
like
What's
you
in
know,
weird to
it's just-
y'all?
yeah, it's just normal.
It's characters.
Yeah. Much like Tom, NPC stole the show for me today. The woman at the hotel, when Katie was like, "My husband's picking," she's like, "Mine isn't." He laid me out. Impeccable. 10 out of 10. Oh, loved. Love, love, love. But no, I love like these episodes too. Like much like last time, we got a little, little more snippets about these characters, little conversations between them. It was really good. It was good to see Kitty and Bucky like go off and do a little espionage and their own little thing. It was great. It was a good session. I loved it. You can find me all over the internet at Susanna Grace when I'm not here. And then tomorrow I'll be on my channel, which is Hello, It's Me, Bobby, where I'll be continuing with Expedition 33.
Wonderful, wonderful. Someone who was on an expedition to find clues was Kitty Cartwright. How are you?
Oh yeah, yeah, great session. Yeah, everyone's pointed out the NPCs, but I like one of my memories is just you having a mime conversation with as the principal and the secretary as well. Just like, I just have that so visually in my head. But yeah, that it was fun to have to get out of our comfort zone a bit and start to lie about things and investigate and find out like that all along some of these NPCs that have been traveling on the train, unsurprisingly, are like key characters that maybe are not actually just businessmen on a business trip. That's kind of cool that we've been traveling with the goons all along, potentially. So I'm very intrigued to see what happens next. Well, also, I'd love to get an update on how the Fern is doing next week. But
Yes.
But yeah, generally it was great as always. It was so fun. You can find me on the internet at various things. Like Kate Madison RP is one. I've been recently setting up some more Instagrams for no good reason because I don't update them enough. But yes, and you can find me on my own channel here on Twitch. I'll be playing with Bonnie and maybe some other people tomorrow. We'll maybe be doing some joint games. We found a new 2-player game that we haven't got yet, so it probably won't be tomorrow. But there's some Lego based game where you play as two things. Looks very cool. So hopefully we'll be picking that up soon. But that's on just Kate Madison here on Twitch. And otherwise, yeah, just here every week because it's really fun. And I know that we might all start dying again soon, but for now we're just pretending to be newlyweds or whatever else is going on, having affairs, doing whatever. It's fun to watch everyone come alive. I love it. Love it.
And someone who I love to watch come alive is Bucky Boone. How are you today?
I'm happy to be alive. But aside from that, yeah, it was wonderful. It was a brilliant time. Thank you so much as usual, Lindy, and everybody else. You were all wonderful to play with as always. I do have to give a highlight, of course, to your NPC work as always, Lindy, but I always do that. So I think I definitely need to highlight the fact that Kitty today just went straight into like being shifty, and that was awesome. And yeah, I loved that interaction. I did not expect that, and it was great. I think the opposite was happening for Bucky, whereas Kitty was worried about that. He was like, "Oh, finally, we can lie to people," and Kitty's doing it. This is brilliant. Let's promote this.
Let's foster this. Nurture
But,
it,
yeah.
water it like a plant.
Water it like a fern. But yeah, it's it was wonderful. Thank you so much, and everybody did brilliant. I also loved Mina going to the other hotel and having an absolute scandal happen. That was just wonderful to see the the expressions on Susie's face just go on a journey throughout that entire scene. It was wonderful. But yes, that was my favorite bits today, and I will look forward to seeing you all next week. As for where I am online, I am the narrator on the Templin Institute on YouTube, and other than that, I'm here and looking forward to staying alive.
Staying alive is what I hope most of these people will do throughout the campaign, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. You already died a few times, so what's once more. But my highlights for today, Tom, you just about broke me earlier. Like, I took all of my willpower to just laugh and not, like, actually just get stuck in a laughing loop. When we were talking, you were like, why are you so busy? And he was like, I gotta do the papers and water the plant. And you were on mute, but I could see you go, water the plant. And it just broke me. And also, you, like, heavily defending Mrs. Lakes' gardening passion. You're like, she just likes gardening, okay? There's nothing weird about it, because you're a gardener, and I loved it. It tickled me something fierce. Susie, thank you for your lack of poker face, as usual. It mirrors mine with your puzzle pieces, and I love how embarrassed she was at the dinner when Kitty's dad came in and was like, Miss Staunton has somebody? And your heart was broken? Like, what can I do? And it just, I can't wait to see how this develops. Also, involving Kitty's father, I loved when Kitty was like, newlyweds, and he's gonna completely misunderstand that, because no one, like, fully cleared it up. And he fumbled that shit, so he's gonna be trying to foster that. Maybe have a nice talk with Mr. Boone later. Future Mr. Cartwright, we'll see. I'm sure that'll be a good time. And I loved, Kitty. Kitty was just, like, eagle-eyed about certain things today. Same with Mina. You two were, like, using woman vision to finding clues and stuff, and yeah, you guys were too late to get to the thing. Maybe they checked into the hotel after, going to the office. Maybe it's just different, priorities. Maybe you could have caught them, but you didn't. Instead, but you got some clues. You got some good clues. And of course, Bucky finally getting to lie and do some ruses and scams and just make that married couple, that couple's argument so much worse. It's on your way out. And I can't wait to see how things are when you go back, in with your new ruse, which I'm very excited about. I'm sure I loved all of y'all's plotting to be like, okay, so we're gonna go into the office, yell at the president, you found the vice president, you talked to people and went, the college is weird, and then, yeah, your hotel espionage. I like how independently both groups were like, scandals. Let's go. It was just great. Thank you all so much. I cannot wait for next week when hopefully we have Mr. Jones back who can report us newspaper investigation findings and library usage, and you can try to get into the two businessmen in the business trips room and maybe ask some more people around town, because you've gotten some good clues on lakes, but there's still the children. Think of the children. And that'll be all here. You can find us here, no Monday, Tuesday game next week, but you will find us here Wednesday, for more Tracks of Terror. Until next time, have fun and play games.